Testing. Testing, testing, testing. There we go. Welcome to Dude No Way Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of Dude No Way, and today we had some audio issues at the start that I wasn't anticipating, so I did about a full minute-long intro that you guys couldn't hear at all. Sorry about that. Anyway, today, it's a cozy Friday evening in Expedition 33. I'm excited to dive back into our game. We have just started Act 2. There is a lot more of the game yet to go, and for those of you who are currently playing the game, you know what happened at the end of Act 1. Literally, it just happened. So we are, it is a fresh hurt, you know, and we're feeling the effects, let's just say, of the end of Act 1. I'm not spoiling anything. If you guys have not played Expedition 33, make sure you guys go out and get it, because this game is amazing, and we are having a great time playing it. Wanted to do a show earlier today, but here in Jersey, we ended up having some crazy thunderstorms, some flash flood warnings, some tornado warnings, etc., etc. So I basically thought, you know what, rather than potentially, like, burn out my $1,500 I just spent on the computer, because I just upgraded a bunch of parts. God forbid a single lightning strike sends a power surge through and we end up ruining everything and losing everything. I was like, let me just wait until tonight. We're going to be going live tonight anyway. I'll play the game later, and we will enjoy it then. And so that's what I did. I went back to sleep, tried to sleep through the thunderstorm as much as I could. It was pretty wild, though, bro. It was like some of the loudest thunder I have heard in several years. So, as you might expect when a tornado is potentially coming through your area, you know, the storm gets pretty wild. Flash flood warnings, basement here flooded, all kinds of stuff like that. But, you know, aside from that, we are good, and we are ready for some Expedition 33 action. Like I said, diving into Act 2 here. I believe I had just found a chromatic Nevron, but I think that as I went into the combat with this Nevron, I realized that there was a point where I stopped doing damage to him. I stopped doing damage, I stopped increasing his break meter. I'm not sure if it bugged out, or if he just, like, buffed himself enough times to where it became not a problem anymore. Like, he was no longer able to be damaged, you know? Like, I was no longer a threat, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure, but, you know, potentially he just way out-levels me, because I did veer off the beaten path pretty hard at the beginning of the second act. You know, as you do, I tried to find every way other than the correct way forward. Then I believe I found most of it, you know, in Act 1. So I'd like to find most of it here in Act 2 as well. That being said, I took myself across. You can now swim. So I took myself across to a different island and found myself a little cave. And I went into the little cave, and I think I may be in over my head. You know, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like, since this is the only combat I've gotten into here in Act 2, that I may be shitting the bed a little bit. But we're going to dive back in. We're going to give it a shot, you know, try it out and see if we can't beat this Nevron. And if we can't beat the Nevron, well, then we'll just figure something else out. You know, we'll just, maybe I'll go the way I'm supposed to go, you know, like a real rebel. And actually advance the story before we make it another 70 hours into the game. How many hours am I actually into this game? Because I know I played it a lot, but I don't know exactly how much. And of course, it won't actually let me utilize my mouse. There we go. All right, let's pull up Steam real quick. How many hours into Expedition 33 am I? I have 41 hours in the game thus far. At the end of Act 1, I want to say that you're supposed to finish the entire story in about 30 hours. You know, like if you beeline the story from the beginning, I believe you're supposed to finish it in about 30 hours. So we are doing pretty good in terms of the time that we've gotten, you know, the time that we've invested versus the money that we spent. I feel like we're getting a pretty good ROI, at least up to this point. You can see the cat is also very, I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's back there making a fucking ton of noise. Very passionate about our investment as well. Getting a good ROI. So, with that being said, I believe we are good to jump into the game. Just want to make sure that, yeah, the mic is on. Yep, we're good there. As I move over to the game sound, we should hear the game, and it should pop up. There we go. I don't know why it took so long, but here we are. And the title screen loves to blast me through a wall with sound, so I'm going to get away from it as quickly as possible. It's like it bullies me with its noise, you know, like it's actually crazy how loud the title screen can really get. And just want to check over here, make sure that this is good, looks good to me. Just want to check over here, make sure this is good, looks good to me. Yes, good. Beautiful. Okay, let's, because it doesn't show that there is actually, yeah, there we go. All right, perfect, wonderful. All right, so we are here. We are inside Expedition 33. This is the cave in question, where I found the chromatic Nevron, and there his bitch ass is, down there, bitch assin', and we are gonna go ahead and try this combat out a second time. And again, I made it to a point in this game, in this first act, where I could no longer damage him. I couldn't deal damage to his break meter. Couldn't deal damage to his actual health. Not really sure why. Potentially I'm just too low of a level. And like, dude, we're like, literally, we're like 5 seconds into the game. And I'm in love with this soundtrack already, bro. Like, it has already brought my mood. The anxiety that I felt in my chest, you know, is already calming. You know, it's already soothing. With the beautiful piano in the background. I love this soundtrack so much. Alright, anyway, so let's move forward here. Let me just move this over so that I can see everything. Yeah, we're good. Checking all the monitors, making sure everything's good. I got multiple monitors all tracking everything from different platforms so that I can see what all is going on here. We're gonna go ahead and drop down using our spectral sperm tail, and then I can grapple over to this spot over here. Looks like I can't do it from here, actually, so there was kind of no reason to have gone down here. But I thought there was. And I already went this way, right? See, I've forgotten most of the ways that I've gone up to this point, because this was on Wednesday. Oh, by the way, I went and saw Thunderbolts yesterday, and that shit was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Was it like the best Marvel movie ever made? I mean, it's I am now spoiled by The Boys, and recently just started watching Invincible as well, so I'm kind of spoiled by a more adult superhero genre. But that being said, I think it was pretty good. I think it was a very, very fun movie. You know, fun is, I think, the perfect word for it. It was fun. More than it was, like, impactful or, like, tear-jerking or, like, you know, ball emptying or whatever. Dude, I mean, it was very cool. There were certain scenes that were very cool. There was a villain on there. No spoilers. He was pretty goddamn cool. Actually, way more powerful in the comics themselves. But that being said, the movie itself, pretty fun. Pretty enjoyable. The characters in that are not bad. And then, of course, you got the old Bucky Barnes going armed and dangerous. So, this Nevron, he likes me a lot. I wonder if I could sneak around past him and just steal his loot. What do you guys think? I got a new Pictos. Oh my god, no way. I can't believe it worked. 50% increased damage if exhausted. That's pretty good. It's pretty solid, actually. Could be good against certain bosses, right? Then we got this, this looks like a journal. And it is. From Expedition 54.
Theoretically of the 54th.
Theoretically.
We're born into a social contract, the terms of which are preset. We can neither negotiate nor decline. Our very first breath, that first wail as an infant, was deemed our consent.
Are they Irish?
Before we can speak, before we even understand what it is that we're born into, we're bound. Lumiere operates a certain way. It favours a certain group and a certain outcome.
Yeah.
And if you question the council, well, the council is going to question you.
And that'd be bad.
Push too hard to change things.
Yep.
And you just might end up on the next expedition.
You could.
So, nothing ever changes.
Well.
They just send us out to die. Dissent us. And the status quo continues. At least out here, I don't have to pretend anymore.
I mean, that's...
I don't bear the others any ill will.
Oh, there's more.
They have good intentions. But I'm not here for the painters. I'm here to build a new Lumiere.
Well, based on the fact that it's been 21 years since this guy left, and old Constantine does not appear to have made any headway in building a new Lumiere, I'm gonna go ahead and say he probably fucking failed, bro. I'm probably gonna come to the conclusion that he may not have made it to building a new city out here. With that being said, yep, I'm gonna say this is probably him right here. Constantine, what happened? What went wrong? But what there was the problem? Was it this guy? He does look like an asshole, I'll give you that. So if I just run past his ass, what does it say is over here? Or is it going to just instantly take me into the next area? Yep, it definitely instantly took me into the next area. During twilight, Sael gains damage based on the amount of her sun and moon charges. Alright, well, cool. Neat. Big sun, big moon. Lots of charges. Where am I on the map now? How did I fuck myself this time? Yeah. That's a pretty good one. That is a solid one. That mean that I can just leave, like, through, like, over here? Because I swear this was not the way I went in. Hiya, humans. Care for a good deal? Do I ever? And I already bought his shit, which means this is absolutely the way that I went in. Which means that, that whole shit just takes you around in a big circle. I am gonna mount Eskia here to see if I can do anything about this tree, which apparently I can't. I'm gonna assume that this tree turns into a bridge at some point. If I were a betting man, I'd say it's probably a bridge. What, the dog is looking crazy over there. What seems to be the problem, Loon? What's the matter? Somebody here? No? Fucking dog is just staring at me, bro. She's like staring down the steps as though somebody is at the door. But I don't think they are. Because who would even be at the door? Like, no one. Unless somebody's trying to sell me solar panels or some shit. Like, what is happening? And if I enter back in here, am I gonna go all the way back up to the top? Or am I gonna enter in the back like I was before? No, of course, dude. I'm gonna go all the way back up to the top. Why would I enter from the place that I exited from? What do you think this is, Moon? Jesus Christ, you asshole. I should have known better, honestly. So if I pull myself down here, and I press Q to check on my party, everybody's good. We're all good, everybody's fine. Maybe I should go up there and look at the moves for old Verso, or whatever his name is. What the fuck is his name? I can't believe I can't remember his name. I literally just met this guy. All right, let's see. Learn skills. Let's see, we got Lune. Verso, I was right. See, dude, I know his name. Guys are doubting me. Fucking, I know his name. Okay, marking shot. Deals low single target damage, 1 hit, uses the weapon's element, and applies mark. And you get increased damage based on how high your, what is it called? What is it called when Verso does fighting? You know, like his perfection meter or whatever. You know, I don't think it shows me yet because I haven't technically been in a combat yet. Okay, well, that's fine. Based on how good his perfection meter is, you can increase the damage, right? There we go. So that's that. We have 27 points available to Verso. I feel like I should maybe spend some of them. You know, I don't know what gave it away, right? But I feel like I should. So, so we're going to look at this anyway. All right, so we've got the From Fire is one of his skills that he gets straight off the jump, which is great because this is one of the skills that I bought with Gustav, and he is replacing Gustav for me. He's just older Gustav. As far as I'm concerned, this is just Gustav, but from a previous generation. And I'm pretty sure, and I have no evidence to back this up at all, but I'm pretty sure that all of these people are just recycled souls from previous expeditions that die and get recycled into a new painting from the paintress or whatever. You know, so that's what I'm thinking. So I can go down the perfect recovery route and drop a point into that to recover 50% health and dispel status effects for only 3 AP, which is actually significantly less AP than it is to use From Fire. It's 25% less AP and heals self, but yeah, and it doesn't deal damage though. So I guess that's the difference, right? Okay, so the perfect recovery gives me 50% HP, which is 30% more than From Fire does. And it also heals status effects, which is good, right? But then, based on his perfection meter, the heal can go all the way up to 100% health. That is actually a nasty fucking skill when you think about it. And then you've got From Fire, which is always a 20% heal, as long as the target is burning, and otherwise it is a fat sack of shit. It is nothing, right? So then, maybe this skill isn't as good as I would want it to be, when I could just, for less fuss, get a better heal that dispels status effects. This already deals kind of medium, it says medium damage, so maybe it does deal a decent amount of damage. I don't know, it always felt like it kind of sucked balls in terms of damage to me. So it looks like it's giving you a letter grade for your perfection meter. So, like, from fire, for example, you would need to be at least at a B in the perfection meter to get the increased damage off of that, whereas on Assault 0, the same thing with a B. But then if we go down to Marking Shot, you can see that it is actually a C. So it can get its increased damage for less prep time than the other one. So that's actually pretty good there. And we got Perfect Recovery, which I already talked about. This seems like it might replace From Fire for me, because I don't know how much I care about dealing that damage when I could get a big fucking heal off, you know, and that might be arguably better. Purification. Deals single target medium light damage, 2 hits, dispels self-status effects. So this is another move. It deals damage. It deals light damage specifically, which is like an element that you otherwise don't have access to, unless you are like using a light weapon or have other light skills. So that's actually, that could be good, you know? It dispels self-status effects, which is good. You know, if I ever get like blight on me, which reduces my maximum hit points, or if I'm ever like burning or exhausted or some shit like that, I can use this to dispel the status effects. Not that I couldn't just dispel the status effects using Perfect Recovery and get a nice fat ass heal out of the deal. But this one deals damage, so maybe it is pretty good. All right, and then if we decide to go left from there, we got Follow Up, which deals medium single target light damage and is a single hit. Damage increases for each free aim shot this turn, up to 10 times. And then if you are at S perfection rank, instead of costing 5, it costs 2, which is very significant. But that requires you to not take damage pretty much ever to maintain that S consistency or perfection meter. Over here we've got Overload. Increases rank to A and refills all AP, but sets self-health to 1. Why the fuck would you want that? That sounds like a terrible idea. Wasn't Overload the name of Gustav's skill too? Like, I'm not, or was that Overcharge? Let's find out. Let's see. Expedition Basics. Overcharge. It was Overcharge, not Overheal. Or over whatever. Over the moon. Over the river and through the woods. Overload. There we go. So, yeah, that could be good. I mean, it's 6 AP, though. And, like, increases your perfection rank to A. That is pretty good, because it reduces some of the build-up time of that. Gets you dealing some pretty good damage there. But, like, is it so good that I would invest that many points to get there? Probably not. Probably not. But maybe. And then from there, you can also get Speed Burst. Deals high single target light damage, 5 hits. Damage increased by speed difference with the target. And from a C and up, it deals increased damage. See, like, I don't invest points into speed that much. You know, like, when I say not that much, I mean, like ever. Like, I don't ever put points into a stat that isn't Vitality, at least not up to this point. I haven't. I don't really see a point in doing that, because you can't deal damage if you're dead. So what is really the idea there anyway? I'm not really sure. Maybe you get to go first. Maybe that means you can deal damage faster. Maybe you out-damage them. But a lot of things in this game just have too much health for you to do that to, you know? Like, you're just simply not going to out-damage something to the point where you just fucking kill it because you had more turns than they did. Like, you would have to have such a high speed skill for that to ever be a factor that I don't think it's realistically possible unless your character is like level 99. Alright, we've got Ascending Assault. Deals low single target damage, 1 hit. Uses weapon element. Increased damage at each cast. At each cast. So what is that like? You just use this skill over and over again, and it progressively deals more damage? That also means that you have to continue to dodge to keep your perfection rank up. Maybe that skill scales to really, really high levels after being cast a bunch of times, but this just seems like bait to me. This just seems like, you know, use this super low damage ability over and over and over again, waste a whole fucking shitload of turns, and eventually you'll deal 1 hit that deals a whole lot of damage, but you could have just done a bunch of other regular-sized hits and probably dealt that much damage on the way there, just not as 1 burst hit. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. Now, we already looked at Purification. Oh, damn. I need to see if something is a motorcycle or if that is more thunder. Hard to say. Hard to say, because it's getting dark here. It's like 7:30 at night, so, like, is it supposed to be that dark, or is it cloudy because it's a thunderstorm? I don't know. Hang on. Okay, it's definitely a motorcycle. Alright, I heard at that time. It got closer to the house, so I was able to tell. Because, like I said, dude, I am not in the business of getting my fucking $1,500 investment taken away from me by Mother Nature. I don't want to mess around and play and stream during a thunderstorm and have a power surge happen or something terrible, you know? Alright, we've got Paradigm Shift. Deals low physical single target damage and gives 1 to 3 AP back. 3 hits. And then it gives an extra AP past the C rank of Perfection. So this is like a good way to get a fuckload of AP if you needed some. Which, since it only costs 1, it will always at least refund itself. And it could up to triple refund itself, quadruple at Perfection rank C or up. So that's kind of good. Let's see here. We got Blitz. Did I already talk about Blitz? Deals low single target physical damage, 1 hit. Play a second time. Kills non-boss enemies with less than 10% health. Increased damage. Hang on one sec. All right. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, moving right along here. So I was talking about Blitz. And, alright, so Blitz is a low single target, physical damage, 1 hit, plays a second time, kills non-boss enemies with less than 10% health, increased damage after B. I don't know, dude, I just don't feel like that's that good. Like, yeah, killing non-boss enemies with less than 10% health, cool. But, like, couldn't you just finish them off with a single hit anyway? Like without using AP, you could probably just basic attack them most of the time when they're less than 10% health, and then you just win. You know, like I don't think you need to use a move. I mean, you do get to play twice, which I guess is fine. You'd need a lot of AP, especially since this takes 3. Low single target damage. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter how much damage it deals if you can tell that they're below 10% health. But like, as far as I know, and like I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it does not tell you their health in percentage. So you'd kind of just be estimating and hoping that you got it right. But you do get a second turn, so I guess that's kind of good. And you needed to get to the skills beneath it, so maybe you keep it, maybe you don't. Let's see here. We got Perfect Break. Deals very high single target light damage, 1 hit. Can break stance, that's good. Rank S on break. Oh, it instantly gives you up to rank S on break. So that's really good. And then it costs 5 AP after a B perfection rating. So the fact that it costs 7 is not great, right? Because you're going to need to generate a lot of AP otherwise to be able to utilize this at all. Because 7 is like a pretty high number to get to. Pretty much all skills are going to use enough that you're going to have to actually be building up towards this. You're going to have to, like, basic attack for a turn to make sure that you get enough. Unless you use... Where is it? Unless you use, like, Is it follow-up? No, it's not follow-up. It's, Where's the one that gives you a shitload? There it is. Paradigm Shift. Unless you use Paradigm Shift a bunch of times, then maybe you get up to Perfect Break pretty quickly. I don't know, though. That seems like a lot. I feel like you would need Paradigm Shift in your moveset to be able to pull this off with any kind of realistic frequency, I guess. Moving down on the left side column, we have Radiant Slash. Deals low light damage to all enemies, 1 hit. It can break stances, and after the C rank, it increases damage. See, now this one is probably the better way to break a stance, right? Because, yes, giving you rank S on the break is actually pretty good. However, because it costs 7, and it doesn't give you another turn, like, you get to rank S, but you don't get to actually damage them while they're stunned most of the time, because they'll have a turn before it comes back around to your turn, right? So, like, I feel like that is not... And the very high single target damage, usually if you're breaking something, the damage that you deal after the break is way better. So, it kind of doesn't matter if the thing that you're using to break deals a lot of damage. As long as it breaks, that's the more important thing. So then you've got Radiant Slash, which does break, and for 2 AP, seems like a much better deal. And, like, yes, it's low light damage compared to very high single target light damage, right? But it also can break multiple enemies at the same time, which, what are the odds that multiple enemies are going to have their break meter filled all at the same time? Probably pretty low, you know? But on the off chance that it does happen, and for only 2 AP, I feel like this is a more well-rounded skill than Perfect Break is, although Perfect Break obviously is going to be better against bosses, assuming you can get that 7 AP with relative frequency, because otherwise, like, why wouldn't you just Radiant Slash, you know? Even if there's only 1 target, because it only costs 2, and you know that you'll have enough AP next round to be able to utilize actually, like, something, you know? I feel like it's always better. It would basically always be better, or very close to always. Coming over down to the next one, we've got Light Holder, which is the penultimate skill on the left column. It costs 4, which is not bad. It gives a boost at an A rank, so you don't even have to be perfect, just very close to perfect. Just like 1 rank off of perfect, you know? You know, obviously pretty easy to achieve. Maybe not. Not in all scenarios, right? I just gave the cat some catnip, and the cat is now losing his shit all over the apartment, and it is very funny. I can't see him, but I can hear him, and I can see, like, my curtains, because I have, like, curtains that separate certain rooms, certain parts of the apartment, and the curtains are, like, jiggling over here, and then they're jiggling over here, and, like, it's very cute, you know? The cat's doing his thing. He's got the zoomies now. Okay, Light Holder, medium single target light damage, 5 hits, at completion gains 1 rank. Which I'm assuming that a rank is like going up in your perfection rank, right? So at the end of this, you gain an additional rank, and then if you cast it while you have A rank or higher, you gain 2 AP back, which is actually pretty good, which means that you get to deal the medium single target light damage for only 2 AP. Which actually sounds like a pretty good fucking deal. I'm not gonna lie. That one sounds all right. That definitely increases your ability to continue to do actions without having to basic attack in the meantime. So that's actually really good. All right, we got Endbringer. Deals extreme single target physical damage. 6 hits. Increased damage if the target is stunned, and you can reapply stun if you cast it at A rank or higher, and it costs 9 AP, which it's a lot of fucking AP, dude. I'm not gonna lie. 9 AP is a pretty tough ask, in my opinion. I don't know what the odds of you actually keeping 9 AP on a semi-regular basis are gonna be. That being said, extreme single target physical damage always feels nice. If the target's stunned, you can also reapply the stun. I guess that is also kind of nice. I do kind of like that. So, you know, maybe that is pretty good. But for 9 AP, it better be an ultimate skill, you know? It better be fucking ultimate if you're costing me every AP that I have, and I'm potentially starting the next turn with 1 AP, which means I'd have to basic attack, which would suck. You know, that in my opinion would suck pretty bad. I'm going back to follow-up here for a second, because I used to use Gustav to apply, burn, and mark occasionally with his primary, his ranged attack, because he just got a lot of AP, and I only ever used a move on him when I was either healing with the from fire, or if I was using overcharge. So like I would only use an actual move with him like once every 5 to 10 turns, you know? So I used a lot of ranged attacks, which means this move would have been really good for Gustav, but that doesn't mean that it's really good for Verso. But damage increase for each free aim shot this turn up to 10 times, but you need 5. You need 5 to be able to cast it, which means that you would need to be able to equip a Picto or a Lumina, which gave you back AP when doing something with free aim shots. So like, I want to say that there's one where if you mark a target, then you get 2 AP. I want to say it's that. So if you mark somebody, you know, you get 2 AP back. That frees up 2 more shots for you, and then potentially, eventually, you can cast this. Like, yes, you can cast it for 2 AP at the S rank, but that's not going to be most of the time. Most of the time, you will not be at S rank. So it's important to keep in mind that this is a bonus more than it is a thing that you can realistically factor in as something that will be active a lot of the time, at least in my opinion. But like, how much damage are we talking? You know, like, when you say it increases damage, and it only deals medium single target damage to begin with, so, and it's 1 hit, right? So it's like, does it increase damage by a little bit, or like by a lot, or like by an exponential scaling number? Like, does it increase damage by a little bit at first, and then as you go up, then it starts becoming more, and then as you get to 7, 8, 9, 10, like the 7 and 8 are like extremely high damage, and then the 9 and the 10 are like double the 7 for 9, and then like double the 9 for 10, right? So like, it would have to be such a fucking hard-hitting move that like, that it was worth using up to 15 AP, you know? Because like, consider that, right? Like, just consider that for a second, that this move can actually cost more AP than the final ultimate move in your tree, you know? So then that means that it needs to deal that much more damage than the ultimate move in your tree. Like, it needs to deal more than extreme damage. So you got to be like really incentivized to utilize the follow-up, or excuse me, the ranged attack with Verso for this to even be worth considering at all. It is cool though. It is an interesting idea, and I would like to see in practice how much it actually, you know, realistically increases in damage. We'd probably have to test that on a mob, you know, and get everybody to skip their turn over and over again so that we could just bank up Verso's fucking damage. Anyway, that's a test for another time. That's a thought for another time. I do want to know, though. I am interested. Okay, so we've got Marking Shot. We already talked about that. We got Quick Strike. Deals low single target physical damage, 1 hit. And it gives more perfection when above a D rank, which is like all the time. When are you ever not above a D rank? I feel like that is a pretty easy ask. However, when Assault 0 exists, deals low single target damage, they both deal low single target physical. Actually, Assault 0 doesn't say that it uses the weapons element. So this is always physical. This is the weapons element. That would be the reason that you would take one or the other, or utilize one or the other. Because I feel like Assault 0 dealing 5 hits, and this Quick Strike dealing only 1 hit, and the fact that this only costs 1 more, and it has the same effect as generating more perfection, I feel like there's no reason why you would ever use this over Assault 0 unless you specifically needed physical damage for one reason or another. Like, I don't even think I would equip this on my bar, because, like, fuck it, I'll just take the hit then. I'd rather just use Assault 0 for the 5 hits instead of the 1 hit from Quick Strike. This seems like super lame. But you do need it to unlock the next one. We're gonna go to the right first. We got Powerful, which is the same thing that it was for Gustav. You just apply Powerful to 1 to 3 allies, increasing the damage they deal for 3 turns. It gives 0 to 2 perfection, so it does actually help you with your perfection rating. And then the duration increases to 5 turns if you use it while you are at an A or higher perfection rating. That's actually pretty good. The 5 turn is a really, really good ROI for your 3 AP on a single turn. To make everybody deal 25% more damage for 5 turns is actually kind of huge, you know? But it gives 0 to 2 perfection, which means that as long as it gave 1 perfection, you would go up to S, but it has the potential to leave you at A, because it doesn't actually always generate a perfection, so that's kind of bad. Very small drawback, but a drawback nonetheless. And then over to the side here, we've got leadership. Reduces current rank. Oh, that's interesting. Gives 2 to 4 AP to other allies. And then at a C, it gives 1 more AP to other allies. So you can give 3 to 4 AP. I'm gonna say 3 to 5. You can give a good amount of AP to other allies, but it reduces your current perfection rank. Is that good? We're not sure. We'll have to check that out. You know, we'll have to look at it another time. Underneath that, for 9 AP, you have Phantom Stars, which deals extreme light damage to all enemies, 5 hits, and it can break stances. At S, it costs 5 AP, so there's no way to actually increase the damage of this. It looks like the extreme damage moves just across the board, in general, don't increase damage, except for this one, which we'll talk about in a minute. With your rank, the perfection rank seems to affect these in different ways, right? But extreme light damage to all enemies is pretty goddamn good. The fact that it can break stances is pretty goddamn good. And then, in addition to that, being an S rank means that you will be able to use it for 5 AP, which is very reasonable, especially when you factor in that it's an AoE that deals extreme light damage. So that could be really strong. That being said, a single hit of extreme damage to all enemies may not be as beneficial as 6 hits of extreme damage to a single enemy. It just kind of depends on the situation, right? So maybe you take both of these and you keep one around for the old when you got to hit everybody in the room, and then you keep the other one around for when it's just you and the guy staring each other down, you know, then maybe that becomes the way. We've got Burden here. Remove all status effects from all allies and apply them to Verso. Gain 1 rank. Which seems like it would be really weak, right? Because then Verso takes on all of the problems of everyone else, and until you realize that you could just hit perfect recovery, heal yourself almost up to 100% health. Bro, you only need to be at C rank to be able to use this and go all the way up to 100% health. Holy shit. Perfect recovery is actually insane. Like, I'm just now putting it all together. I'm just now putting all the pieces together. We are 100% buying perfect recovery. Holy shit, that skill is amazing. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gushing a little bit, but genuinely, it is very good. Especially for 3 AP. What the fuck? Okay. So you can take all of the status effects from the party. This is a very tanky thing to do, you know, a real controller thing to do. For a single AP is actually pretty good as well. But the problem with this is that you can no longer do anything after that. So you are then at the mercy of the boss to be able to save you, or to not let you die. You know, like if the boss hits you and you can't dodge out of the way because you're now stunned, or you know, I guess stunned is a status effect. So yeah, that would work. Or like your blight, you took too much blight on from your teammates and now you yourself are about to die, and then you get hit one time, you might just die based on this. But again, the fact that it is only 1 AP, the fact that you can very easily cleanse yourself using perfect recovery, there's a lot to like about this, and it does remove all status effects from the entire party, but it costs 2 turns, so I don't know if that's really good or not. I could see it having its uses, though. Certainly. Did I already talk about Perfect Break? I did. I definitely did. Yes. Okay, so now we've got Berserk Slash. Deals medium single target physical damage. 3 hits. Damage is increased for each health Verso is missing. When you say each health, do you mean that if I combine this with the skill that sets Verso's health down to 1, after having stacked all... just hang on. I just need to know if I'm getting this right. After having stacked all of my points into health, removing his health all the way down to 1, does that mean that I would then increase the damage of this move, currently, at my current level, by 1907? Because that seems like a pretty big increase. Especially for somebody who invested a ton of points into Vitality. If that is the case, that is the only reason why I would ever use Overload. Increase rank to A, dope. Refills all AP, super dope. Sets health to 1, just gotta make sure that you live through this round and you're good to go, you know? Think about it. Your rank is already A, which means that you are going to get to S rank before the start of the next turn as long as you survive, right? As long as you dodge the things, you will live to see S rank next turn. And you'll have full AP. And then you come over here, you slap Berserker Slash, and for 4 damage, you deal for 4 AP, you deal a massive amount of damage. That sounds like a super good deal, in my opinion. The cat is very excited about the catnip. I'm glad he's having a good time. Moving down here, we've got Defiant Strike going down the right tree now. Defiant Strike deals high single target physical damage and applies Mark. It's 2 hits. Now, I need to know, does it apply Mark after? Or does it apply Mark first, and then it gets consumed by the second hit? Because that would be, how do the French say, fucking stupid, right? I think that would be fucking stupid if it applied Mark and then immediately consumed Mark. And I just want to point this out, that it costs 30% of your current health to use this move. Which I guess is fine if you're at 1 health. Because what are they gonna, is it gonna kill you? You're gonna get dropped down to, to 2/3 of a hit point? Like, I don't know, bro. I'm not sure. Does it just do nothing at that point? Is the point of Verso to get to 1 HP and then stay at 1 HP for as long as humanly possible before you die? It might be. And that would be interesting to find out. I don't know if I like this one. I think this one might be a wash for me. 30% cost of health for only a high single target physical damage. I mean, it does apply Mark. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's that good. Extra damage from B and up. I'm gonna give it a hard I don't know. I'm not impressed though. I can tell you that. Strike Storm deals very high single target damage. 5 hits. Uses the weapon's element. Critical hits generate 2 additional perfection. When cast above a C, it deals increased damage. This seems like it's a really good move. Very high single target damage. It does 5 hits. It uses your weapon's element, which means that you're not constrained by resistance to physical damage. It generates 2 additional perfection on critical hits. That also seems really good because, you know, you could theoretically put yourself into perfection state from casting this from C. You know, from a C on. You know, you got B, A, S. You only need to hit 3 times, right? I think for that to work. So, you crit 1 time, I think, and then you're good to go. You're up at an S level perfection. That seems really good. And then the final move in his tree, Steeled Strike. After 1 turn, deals extreme physical damage. 13 hits, but it's interrupted if any damage is taken. And at S rank, it deals more damage. It deals even more damage at S rank. So you absolutely must completely dodge. Because as far as I know, and I'm going to go into the expedition basics here and look for status effects. We got elemental affinities, status effects, buffs. Yes, there is nothing that makes it so that you absolutely can't be touched at all. Except for... Oh, this could be nasty. This could be disgusting. Okay. Except for Mael's move. No. No, I don't need that. I need skills. Let me see this. Where is Mael's move that makes it so that... Hang on. Because we're gonna find this shit. We're gonna talk about this in a second. I think this is worth talking about. Reduce self-health to 0, but fills all AP. Switch to Virtuoso Stance. Not that one. Edge guide. Dude, I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I don't know. But. Protects allies by taking damage in their place for 2 turns. Duration is extended by 1 on gaining shell. So let's just think about that for a second. You combine a guide with Steeled Strike so that Verso can't be hit during that turn because all of the attacks would go to Mael instead. Right? So that means he always gets to finish off his Steeled Strike. 13 total hits. It's a lot of hits. That is an impressively huge number of actual damage to be putting out. So if I combine those two together, and I only need to invest 4 of Mael's points to be able to do that, so I could do that right now if I wanted to. Can I do it with Verso's points? I need 1, 3, 5, 11, 19, damn, 29. So I need 2 more levels on Verso to be able to pull this off. And then I can do it. At that point, I will be able to use Steeled Strike without ever having to worry about him not being able to complete it because he took damage. I feel like that is good, but only to an extent, you know? Because for 9 AP, how often am I going to pull that off, you know? And Mael's move here puts her into defensive stance, which is actually great. Man, that's actually a really good move, you know? When you think about her being the tank, going into defensive stance means she takes 50% less damage. And yeah, she takes the damage from everybody else, and they lose their ability to dodge, to gain that AP back, and lose their ability to parry. That may not be the best thing in the world. But it could be really good. Especially since she's reducing all the damage they take by 50%. If I just leave her inside of defensive stance for a long time, then she ends up feeling pretty solid about that. Oh, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Anyway, we're looking at Verso's points here, and I think it's safe to say that there are a few moves that I like the sound of, but I'm not 100% sure about whether or not I care, you know? So, when we look at those, I can go down this route here and just go straight down for the Steeled Strike combo, which is pretty good. That does not give me the ability to break stances at all, which I, in general, am a big fan of being able to break stances right away, right? Now, if I go and get Phantom Stars instead, I can do that, use that as his break ability, even though it costs 9. Because I was using, what's his name, Gustav's break at 9 anyway, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't always matter. And with the S rank, I can make him break costing only 5. And then I'll still have my extreme damage attack. It just won't be 13 times extreme damage on a single target, you know? It's a tough one. Very tough. Very difficult. One thing that I am absolutely certain of is that I do want to have perfect recovery on this guy. I actually love this skill. We're just gonna go ahead and unlock it immediately. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna leave that on there because I do want that. No matter what else I get, I do want to be able to instantly heal myself to 100% health for only having a C perfection rank and for only 3 AP so that I never have to utilize any potions on this guy ever again. You know, that's not bad. That ain't bad. Goes low physical single target damage. Then I think after this, I think I just wait. I think I just don't do anything for a while. And just leave it with the 3 moves that I currently have on him. Although I still need a way to break. And the only way to get to a break... Where's the other one? Was it here? Yeah, it was right here. I can continue down this path and grab Radiant Slash for the break damage for only 2 AP. And that seems pretty good. But that does not get me closer to anything that deals a lot of single target damage. So it's tough, you know? Things to think about anyway. Regardless. I wanted to look through all of his skills because I hadn't yet. And I do want to make a build, I just don't know exactly what I want to do with that build yet. So rather than dilly-dally any further, we're gonna go ahead and try the fight with the Chromatic Nevron again, which again, I talked about earlier. I don't think I can actually kill this guy. I get to this point where he stops taking damage from me, and I don't know what to do about it. So, the last time I played, I only had a little bit of time to be able to actually engage with this dude. So I'm gonna give it a shot now, and we're just gonna see what happens, you know? If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But I do wanna see, like, what can I do about this, you know? So he's got 3 shields. We can go ahead and destroy all of his shields. And she is now in offensive stance. He powers up, he's got 2 more shields.
Spill some ink.
Am I supposed to shoot this crystal? I feel like no, because I don't feel like it's actually doing anything, you know? Broken. Oh, shit. The crystal did do something. Shit, bro. I didn't know before. I guess that means that there will probably be times where I have to shoot his crystal quite a lot. Like maybe his crystal lights back up when he's no longer stunned. That seems like it would make sense to me. All right, here we go. Verso's Perfection. Verso gains Perfection every time he damages or manages to parry or dodge. A higher Perfection rank increases his damage. So every time he deals damage or parries or dodges, higher Perfection rank increases damage. Some skills have additional effects at specific Perfection ranks. Taking any damage removes 1 Perfection rank once per enemy turn. Okay, so I'm at D right now, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do want to use Assault 0 on him.
Here we go.
So I can get a bunch of Perfection rank. He's no longer stunned. We're gonna dodge his attack there. And then his crystal lights back up. All right. All right, well now we know, dude. Now we know. So I can go ahead and start putting this damage into the crystal. Then follow up with a little shot there. And there we go. It's broken again. Oh my god, bro. How did I not figure this out the first time? That's why we come back and we do fights again. That's what it comes down to. I'm now at a B rank for Perfection. I have not enough AP to utilize anything here. So we're just going to use the basic attack, apply Defenseless there. And then we can come over and drop the old Spark on him. So that when it is his turn, he will take some big damage.
Chroma is flowing.
He's no longer stunned, but I don't have enough AP to really do anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and hit him with the basic attack. I've got 4 AP now. I don't need to do anything else aside from build some more rank there. He's powering up. He's got a strange power coming from his crystal. And we're now going to use our AP to shoot him in the crystal. Followed up by a basic attack. The standard basic attack. Uh-oh. Crystal looks like it's gaining in strength. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and hit it. I've got 2 more shots there. Didn't do everything I wanted it to do, but it worked a little bit, I guess. I don't have enough AP to do anything else. It's defenseless. Oh. Okay. That crystal be emanating. But I took it down a peg, I think. It's a little bit hard to tell.
Okay.
But it feels like that's what's happening. Okay, so she took a good amount of damage there, but that's all right. We're still all right. That crystal's getting pretty powerful. Took off some of his shield.
Let's carve a path.
We just need as much AP as humanly possible so that we can just keep dealing damage to this crystal and reducing the effectiveness of his crystal. And there we go. See, now he's stunned. I can save this 1 AP, deal the damage to him.
A storm is coming.
I can go ahead and apply Immolate
Feel the burn.
for some more big damage. Okay. I don't need to shoot him right now, so I can save my AP.
I'm ready.
And with my L here, he is burning. I can go ahead and put her into Swift Stride for the Virtuose stance. Oh, there he goes. He's powering up. The crystal is lit again. Now he's got shields again. Only have 1 AP. So I can use it for that. I can use it for this. That'll consume the rest of the shield anyway. I've got 5 AP now. And I don't have enough to use Flurry Fury regardless. So I still want to put the damage into the crystal, dealing as much damage as humanly possible to the crystal. And that feels pretty good there. Can I break it? 2, 3, there we go. Now he's broken. And we can go ahead and hit him with the basic attack again for that big defenseless debuff. He's burning. He's no longer stunned. We can apply Spark to him.
Flames on me.
Get a burn going.
Storm is coming.
Cheeky little burn. Same thing with her.
Let's carve a path.
And then we can use Assault 0 here. And that's dealing some pretty good damage, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Man, this guy's got a lot of shield. Be a shame if we shot him twice and then basic attacked him. So that's a few of those out of the way. Got 1 AP with her. We can go ahead and put her there, pal. And give him the basic attack. Same thing with Verso. 1 AP. We can do that. Give him the basic attack. Kablow. Now at least he's defenseless. A perfect dodge that one. My L's got 5 AP here. And we got that out of the way. We can go ahead and hit him with the basic. He's drawing power from his crystal, which does not look good in my opinion. Not good at all. And sadly, I do not have enough AP to break his crystals right now. Maybe now I do. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I don't have any AP to use moves, but at the very least I can do that.
Storm is coming.
And he's kind of not giving me any AP either. You know, he's not giving me attacks to dodge, really. So I'm not getting a lot of AP back. But at the very least, this is way farther than I got him the first time.
Take cover.
Yeah. The shield's got powers, I get it. Thankfully, we all got 1 AP from that. Which is great, because we're gonna need it. As much as humanly possible, dealing all the damage to this stupid crystal. It seems to be reducing his, like it increases his damage resistance with each new level. And as we break it, his DR goes down, he starts taking more damage, right? At least that's the way it feels.
Oh well. Watch out.
Damn, that killed Lune. And that is not good at all. I should absolutely use my revive tint on Lune here.
I'm back.
We'll perfect dodge that, we'll be fine. Can of corn and we'll be fine, dude. We can't risk. We can't risk them dying and not having the AP to block the crystal. Otherwise, we just straight up lose.
Ready to strike.
And there we go, we got him. All right. I was not sure if I was gonna be able to beat that guy. Let's see, we got Energizing Revive, plus 3 AP to all allies when revived. And then we got Confident, take 50% less damage, but can't be healed. Which does not sound great, in my opinion. But hey, we got him. That's the important thing. That would be a good one to put on my L, to stack with her defensive stance and her ability to tank for everyone. And then instead of bringing her back, you just resurrect her, right? Like, instead of healing her, you just res her over and over again. And if you can res at 100% health, which I'm honestly not sure that you can. I don't remember. And I don't know how we can see our skills or the potential skills, which I guess we can't. Skill tree. There we go. So let me see. On the res, if you buy the res, revives an ally with 30 to 70% health and 2 additional AP, costs 0 AP when you consume 3 lightning stains. Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean... that could realistically be a strat. You know, you just... Mael takes all the damage. She's equipped with the thing that makes her take 50% less damage. And then she stays in defensive stance for 50% less damage on top of that. So now you're taking like 25% damage. And then she just... you dodge as much as humanly possible. God, I guess you would really have to... that'd be tough, right? You'd really have to have skills that you could use all of the AP that you would generate. Then you'd really have to be dumping AP every turn not to make that a waste, like a total waste. It could be really cool, though. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. One thing that is exciting, though, is that if I wanted to, we could grab her sword ballet skill, which would be very strong. And actually would work with something else that I was looking at. I don't remember what, though. So I'm just going to leave it at that, I guess. Things we could do. And there we go. We beat the Chromatic Nevron. I'm actually kind of excited. I thought that fight was going to be impossible. I'm glad it isn't. You know, we dodged enough times. Lune got 1 hit, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. You know, that's what she gets anyway. So I made it all the way through here. I came over to this side. Should I... I feel like you can't get to this from where we were before. We were at the Stonewave Cliffs, and I don't think you can get to this other beach here, or this beach here. You could probably get to this beach, but you definitely can't get to this one. So I think we mount up on old Esquier, and we go see, where is that? That is southwest of us. So let's just go south. Right? It is taking me the right way. Yep. Okay. I gotta go around this, right? I sure hope I'm going to the right place, bro. If I'm not, I'm gonna feel like a total asshole. Yeah, so this is definitely one of the shores that I wanted to go to. It's got this big asshole chilling here, we can go ahead and just consume a chroma elixir. Might as well, you know. And then we can go in and fight this guy. I should probably rest before going in, but I don't think I'm going to, so there it is. Let's go see if we can beat this dude. Hey, big guy. Big bitch! What's good? We got a virgin. He's like a virgin. Let's see, he's not burning. But we can make him be burning. Right now. Boom.
Bring it on.
Aw, you got me with the final hit, bitch. Oh, shit, there's somebody that I needed to shoot. And now he's spawning pots. That's awesome, dude. So you just can't dodge that at all, huh? That fucking sucks.
Spill some ink.
I forgot that I don't have a way to break. Should probably do that, huh? I should probably get on that. Alright, I should reduce the number of attacks that I'm taking per turn by killing the guys that are here. Use the counter attack on him. Finish him off pretty easily. Buffing their allies again. It's gonna spawn some pots.
Not impressed. Watch out, my L. Just try it.
Oh, well.
I can do it.
I took way too much damage. And I'm in offensive stance, so that didn't help. What do I do here? I think I revive him.
Still need your help. Please survive.
It's gonna do a 3-hit combo. Which I instantly deleted. I got instantly destroyed by.
On me.
And there we go. Well, might as well send in the reserve team just to see what happens.
Try me.
What's the worst that could happen?
Not today. I'm waiting.
There we go. I parried your spit, you nasty bitch. Damn. I did nothing on that one. A 5-hit combo, huh? Nope, we did. We did, baby! Well, we tried anyway. We tried. We'll try again. Take a sip of this water. I am getting thirsty. Dope. It actually saved me literally right in front of them. Let's get him again. Let's try it again. This almost reminds me of the music from Severance. Okay.
Finesse and grace.
We got this big virgin. Rather than worry about him right away, we are instead going to... Low ice damage. I believe it's just weak against her basic weapon, though. Isn't it? Wait, what is her weapon? No, it's ice damage. Let's find out. Yes, it is. Okay. I tried to parry that and did a terrible job. And I forgot about the flying guy again. Well. You literally can't dodge that at all. Damn, bro, that really sucks.
Not looking good.
I've been trying this whole time to see if you could dodge that shit. And no, you absolutely cannot.
Let us stain them.
Okay, I need to heal up my L immediately. We need to get her back in the fight. I got some extra AP from parrying that shit. fuck, bro. Those pots hit really hard. I think I'm just gonna die real quick and restart this one. I gotta remember the flying guy is there. I gotta target him immediately. No. Yeah, we're fine. Don't worry about it. We'll go back in. We'll be good. The flying pots deal a ridiculously huge amount of damage. So I gotta destroy that guy as quick as I can. Which means all the AP goes into his face. Or else. Okay. Come here. Come here. Come along. Okay. We got 5 AP off the jump. Let's destroy that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will basic attack this piece of shit. And then it's their turn, right? Just based on how much damage they deal, we're just gonna dodge everything that we can so that we don't have to worry about that. Got the pots being spawned. It's gonna eat Verso. I hate that you can't do anything about that.
Finesse and grace.
That really feels like bullshit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got a CH of health left. That's okay. We'll use the basic attack on this bitch. We'll finish this one off. Right? And then we can go ahead and apply Immolate to the little bitch. Get him ready for the next round.
On me.
Okay. Now here comes the big big guy. Virgin.
Danger.
That hits really hard.
Okay.
And I failed that. I hit parry instead of dodge. And I didn't even try to parry. Like, realistically, I didn't even try to hit that. So, it's not great. All right, we got a 4-hit combo coming in. And she's dead. Fuck, bro. Fuck. It sucks how quickly they kind of instantly take out your party. And then he gets to go again.
Let's dance.
If I lock in, I can parry all of those.
The dance
And I should be alright. That'll actually help. Okay, I need to deal a lot of damage to this little guy very quickly. But I also need to get... I need to get Lune back as quick as possible. So let's bring Lune back.
Still need your help.
Let's go ahead, and she only has 2 AP. So let's use one of the healing tints on her.
Ready to parry.
We're gonna dodge the damage, and we're just gonna live.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. Okay, I missed one, but I dodged the rest of them. So we're still okay. We're still alive. Got the counterattack off on this guy, and that's gonna finish him off. Now I only have to worry about the attacks from the big bitch, which is great, because we don't want to be dealing with that as much as humanly possible.
The storm is coming.
We're gonna start stacking up some burn on him. We gotta start increasing that break meter as quick as we can.
Lune, watch out. Please survive. Let's spill some ink.
Now, we can use Lune's heal on herself. We don't have to worry about that right now. I can use this to go into Swift Stride. Or I can use Swift Stride to go into Virtuose Stance even. And I'm good now. Now, Lune needs to heal herself with Healing Light. There's a chance we might survive this, and then we'll be in better shape. I'm not anywhere close to the break meter being full, so I'm gonna use this, set myself back up for the next round. That deals a good amount of damage,
Take cover.
although nothing crazy.
I'm ready. Parry it. On me.
A really nice 9,999 damage combo there. And I remembered that attack pattern, so I was good to go for that. I now need to use her turn to revive Lune again,
I won't waste this.
who can use her turn to drop a healing light onto Mael.
Careful, Mael.
We're gonna try and parry all these.
Take cover. Okay.
I'm ready.
Fucking, it just hits a little bit faster. I swear it just hits a little bit faster as it attacks Lune, because she's like a little bit closer. Let's go ahead, let's just bring her back.
Not leaving you behind.
Doing my best to dodge all this. I'm not trying to take any damage. Thankfully, I was able to. She's got enough AP to save for the next round. We're just gonna basic attack hit him. We can see he is weak against lightning, so now we know. Does she have any lightning moves? She does not. But that's okay. We're in defensive stance right now. That's probably the best place we could be. But anything that we do is going to put us into either offensive or stanceless. He's no longer burning, so we're gonna apply Spark. Now she's stanceless, but that's fine.
I'll do it.
Lune, watch out.
Damn. Okay, I'm in a bad way now. I am going to use my final revive on Lune, get her back into the fight. It's gonna do his crushing combo. I just need to dodge all of it or else. And I did. That or else never came to fruition, which is great. I need to use this heal on Mael. And then next round, I need to use her AP for a heal on herself, because it is not going well for our girls here. We're gonna apply another round of burn, because he's taking big damage from that. Got the counter off.
Hurts.
Let's go ahead and give Lune a heal for herself. Huge.
Take cover.
The 4-hit combo coming in now. And that is going to kill Mael, because I mistimed the dodge.
Let the ink flow.
And I have no more revive tints left. And I didn't buy the revive move for Lune, which is not good. So, if I can get these parries off, that's good. Performs a 4-hit combo. Ouch. Because the parries and the burn are going to be the only ways that I realistically get to deal very much damage here. Because I'm never going to be able to break him now.
I'm ready.
Which I think is going to be the thing that makes me rethink the whole not having a build up to this point strategy. Because as party members get removed, it becomes more and more difficult when I have certain characters that can't break stances.
I'll do it.
Got that big damage from the parry off. And now she is looking good on the amount of AP that she has. She's decent on health right now. So I think we're going to use an attack this turn rather than a heal.
Strike.
And that hit for a pretty good amount of damage since it is weak against lightning. Got the full dodges off.
A storm is coming.
Again, I think we do the same thing that we did last time.
Lightning. Strike.
Some decent damage there. And Lune dies. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, let's send in the reserve team. On the off chance that I actually live long enough. That'd be crazy, right? Let's give it a go. Crushing combo now. I only took damage once. That's not that bad. It's not that good. But it could have been worse. Give myself a ton of AP countering those miasmas. Okay. I'm less impressed with that guy's stuff. So we're gonna deal the old foretell. That's not good. Yeah. I'm not feeling so great about that one. I took a single hit. I took another single hit. So that's not great. I mean, at the very least, though, I am applying a good amount of foretell. I'm dealing a decent amount of damage here. I'm living for a decently long time. And I get to counterattack.
Take your shot.
Which helps me act out of turn. I mean, it's getting there. It's going. Slowly but surely, it's getting there.
Here's your card.
Now he's got 10. Yeah, not bad. And now I can go into the old Twilight Slash.
Try me.
For 3,700 damage. Kinda hope that it would deal more than 3,700 damage, but that's okay. You know, at least it's doing something. With the 4-hit counter now. There we go.
Let's gamble.
I'm in Twilight mode. Plus 125% damage, 2 times foretell applied, plus 2 max foretell. So that's kind of good.
I'm waiting. Try me. Take your shot. Let's gamble.
That is pretty substantial. That's pretty good. Pretty goddamn good.
Here's your card. Take your shot.
Okay. And now he's gonna go for the miasma.
Take your shot. Not today.
Boom, got that counterattack off again. I have no foretell charge. Alright, so. I can't go up any higher than the 14. Okay.
I'm waiting.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Let's pay.
I may not be able to deal max damage to him, but it's chipping him down.
I saw your future. I'm waiting.
It's not completely undoable. It's just very unlikely. You know? Like knowing that I can now no longer take any more hits at all. Or else.
Full deck.
Or else. Because I have nothing left. There is no heal coming my way from this point forward.
Take your shot. Take your shot.
But we're chugging along.
Full deck. Here's your card.
Got him up to 18 foretell this time.
Not today.
Which I have no idea if 18 foretell is even good. Like, I feel like it is, but, you know, it might not be. I can now go immediately back into Twilight mode. Deal all that damage there. Doing the crushing combo. Now he's gonna hit me with his uncircumcised penis head. I don't know why they designed this character to look like this, bro. It's embarrassing.
Try me. Not today.
I can't tell if I'm playing a game or if I'm at a bris.
Never.
Know what I'm saying?
Take your shot.
I probably mispronounced that, but whatever, I'm not Jewish. Yeah, spit your goop at me.
Try me. Try me.
Boom.
Time to strike.
Boom, baby. I can hit him with the
Here's your
focus
card.
foretell, generate a bunch more of that.
Waiting.
Dodge his 3-hit combo, I hope. Yep.
Swiftly now.
The fact that this is, like, possible is insane.
Not today.
Yes. Just gotta dodge this 4-hit combo. And I'm good. With 157 hit points left. Doing all right.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I gotta do a build after this.
If
I can't do this again.
So be it. Take your shot.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
All right.
Or never.
Now we are at 9. Good so far.
Try me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Not today. Full deck.
I can
Here's
keep
your
doing
card.
this, right? Yeah, keep stacking that up.
If I die, so be it. I saw your future. Try me. Try me. Not today. Not
It's kind of
today.
sad that I never put points into this character because
Take your
her
shot.
kit is pretty fun. Pretty enjoyable. For the 2 moves that she has. Her little passive
Maybe.
ability is neat. +1 AP per foretell applied. If only I could do anything with all that foretell, dude.
waiting. Now or never. Here's your card.
I'm waiting.
Slowly working him down.
Take your shot. Not today.
Take your shot.
If I die, so be it.
Can I apply more foretell? I can. I'm already in Twilight mode. I don't know how, but alright. Alright.
Try me. Try me. Try me. Not today.
It's good shit. Okay. I'm at 17 now. Can I apply any more than 17? No.
I'm waiting.
So 17 is the max. At least as far as I can tell. And I fucking lost. God damn it. That went on for so long. Damn it. Oh, God, that's so funny. Bro, I literally would have sat there and fought him all the way till the very end. That fight probably lasted at least 15-20 minutes. I gotta go find a, I gotta go to camp here. That's what this shit comes down to. Let me G, let's go to camp. Do a little G. Have a little faith in G. And I gotta go and start. We gotta start making a build. That's just what it comes down to. There's no getting around this. We have to. Because I have run into this situation too many times now. Where I do not have the ability to do the things that I need to do. Can't break with certain characters. Can't resurrect, so I'm always at the mercy of my revived tints and whether or not they're there. And I can't do anything with fucking Sael because I haven't put any points into her at all. She got 22 points just chilling, just waiting for me to invest somewhere, and I haven't done anything with them. So we have to do this now. It has to happen, and then we'll take it from there. We'll go back. We'll fight that guy again. But as of right now, I can't in good conscience keep doing this, you know? So let's start with Verso. Let's make sure that Verso can... Actually, you know what? Let's start with Lune. Let's start with Lune. Lune needs to be able to revive people. I want her to have that, so we're going to unlock this skill right now. Bang, now she can revive people. I also need Lune to be able to break. So we have to figure out where her break move is. It's not here. Is it down the earth tree? Is that this one? Let's see. We got break. Can break. We got... It's right here. Rock slide, right? Let's just see if there are any more. No, no, no. Can break if 4 stains are consumed, which would be fine. Except, like, I don't know. Like, that can be good if 4 stains are consumed, right? But that means that you always have to be creating stains and have them... Let me just look and see how do they get created again so that I'm not being stupid about this. Lune stains. Lune skills generate elemental stains. Her skills alone consume consume specific stains to enhance their effects. There are 5 types: ice, fire, lightning, earth, and light. Light stains can be consumed in place of any other stain. Cycle between the different elements to get the most out of her skills. Okay. So we need her to be able to break. And to do that, I need to actually invest in one of those moves. So let's go ahead and get her breaking stuff. Now, I can go down the thermal transfer route, where I get to deal low single target ice damage for 2 hits. I gain 4 AP if the target is burning. That's actually a lot of AP. And generating 2 earth, consuming 2 earth lets me play a second turn. That is actually pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, pretty solid. This one deals medium single target earth damage, 2 hits, and it can break, and it consumes lightning, ice, and fire for greatly increased damage. Like, when am I gonna have lightning, ice, and fire? You know, like, that just seems like a stretch, in my opinion. Plus, it costs 5, which is not the best ever. Deals high single target earth damage and break damage. Does that mean it deals high break damage? Because I feel like if it dealt high break damage, you should say, and high break damage. Because, like, everything deals break damage. So I'm going to assume that's what they mean. It generates 1 earth and 1 light stain. High single target earth damage, 5 hits. And if it deals high break damage, that could be good for stacking up that break even faster. Because a lot of times, I need to stack up break as quickly as possible. And that becomes the issue that I can't get past. Is like, I just spend fucking 30 minutes not breaking their shit until I finally get to break it. And maybe that is worthwhile. This is not... This, as a breaker... for 5 AP is pretty costly, especially when you consider Mayhem is only 3 AP, and it consumes all stains. Oh, it only works if 4 stains are consumed, though. Whereas this one, where is it? Rock Slide works no matter what. It'll break no matter what, so that is something to keep in mind. All right. And then there's Terraquake. Deals low earth damage and break damage to all enemies every turn. Also increases all break damage received by 50%. Duration is 3 turns. Consumes 2 lightning to increase the duration of 5 turns. I feel like that could be pretty good, especially since it's increasing all the break damage they receive. Like, if you start with this, and then you move into Crustal Crush, and then, so now you're dealing, like, a fuck ton of break damage to them. I feel like that could be really strong. And then there's also Revitalization. Heals 1 to 3 allies by 40% to 60% health. And if she has 3 fire stains, then it will consume them to put a heal over time on them. That's actually pretty decent. That's really good. Maybe I do want her heals on her at all times. It's tough, though. Because this one this one dispels status effects. I guess that's the reason why you would keep that around. I was thinking, like, why would you heal 30 to 50% on one target when you could heal 40 to 60% on 1 to 3? But, I mean, it costs a little bit more. It does cost a little bit more in 3 instead of 5. But, anyway. So I need a way to break with this character. I want to deal... Do I want to do the thermal transfer for the amount of AP that they gain from burning? Because I'm almost always applying burning with Lune. Because I just think burn is like a really powerful effect. Because it lets you deal damage outside your turn. So, that begs the question, right? Do I want to use this for the massive amount of AP that it'll gain? Like, I hit him with this once, and then the next turn I hit him with thermal transfer, and then, so now I've dealt low damage, right? But it only costs a small amount of AP, and it generated a lot of AP, and that could actually be, that could be pretty solid for, like, moving forward. Because then I can use things like Terraquake past that, and then maybe still have enough AP to follow up with a Crustal Crush soon thereafter. And then I just keep that burning debuff on them. And then that keeps me cycling through different effects as well. That actually could be the way. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because that gives me the break. I get the break. I'm utilizing the ice damage for the additional AP. Because it gives 4 if they're burning. So it refills itself. It refunds itself plus 2. Which could really add up over time. And then I just save Rock Slide for whenever I'm about to actually break something. But then I feel like I need more lightning skills. Deals low single target lightning damage. Critical hits trigger an additional hit. This only costs 1 as well, which seems insane. Consumes fire stain to generate 1 light stain. Like, I mean, I guess that's good. I guess that's fine. For 1 AP, like, what do you expect, right? Like, low single target, 3 hits, like, yeah. Course. And then the other ones are kind of costly, so maybe that's the reason why you keep this around, so that you can, rather than keeping Thunderfall on your bars, because this deals good damage, medium damage to random enemies, which is fine when you're fighting a single target, because then all the things hit one target. But, like, for 5 AP, when you just want to generate a couple of quick lightning stains, you know, you could just drop 2 electrifies on them and then hit them with mayhem, and then that'll break every time. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that'll break every time. Like, I'm fucking right. Yeah, dude, like, I can very easily generate multiple stains by just doing 2 rounds of electrify, or even 1 if I have 2 stains set up from something else, right? And then I can use mayhem to break, because it only costs 3. That's a good idea. That is a really good idea. And then I don't have to invest as far in for these, like, other ones. Although I do lose out on the ability to increase the amount of break damage that they take. Because the one thing about the earth skill, or the earth tree, is that it's giving me so much break damage. And that could be, like, amazing, I feel like. Then there's also Terraquake. Cost 10. You know, and I can get all of these right now. I could go down this tree, I could go here, I could go Thermal Transfer, Rock Slide, Coastal Crush, and get all of it. And those would be the moves that I had with her. And then I guess I'd just take Ice Lance off the bar, because I have no reason to ever use Ice Lance after that, other than the fact that it generates 2, 2 stains, but, like, for 4 AP, you know, I could gain AP back and generate stains. And if I'm using the earth skills as damage, and they're generating multiple stains for me, this is actually a great idea. If I just do this, and then I just skip over mayhem entirely. Because, like, high elemental damage, like, yes, that is good. Being able to break on 4 stains, that is good. At 3 AP, that is also really good. But it doesn't create, like, a gameplay loop, necessarily. You know, unless the loop is make stain, hit mayhem. You know, like, 2 electrify, mayhem, over and over again. But that seems kind of lame, in my opinion. Deals low, single target, ice, fire, lightning, and earth damage. Critical hits generate the corresponding stain. And then there's this one. Deals extreme damage to all enemies, 8 hits. Each hit deals damage in a random enemy type, can only be cast with, or element type, can only be cast with one of all 4 elements. I mean, that does sound fun, and the fact that it only costs 4 is also really good. Because, like, it's actually, when you look at it, it's not that hard to generate 1 of each. You know, you do 1 Immolate turn, you do 1 Earth Rising, now you're at 5 AP consumed. You do 1 Electrify. How would you do it? How would you do it? You would do 1 Electrify, would give you 2 Lightning. Yeah, you don't need 2 Lightning, though. You need 1. Anyway, something to think about regardless. Alright, dude, so I'm looking at my shit here. I think I gotta go AFK for a second. So, I guess bear with me, and we will come back in a minute. I gotta go and feed the cats and the dog, and I gotta give them their joint medication, because they need joint medication, so I will be right back. And let me see, do I even have that on here anymore? And we're testing, just making sure that everything is good. Because I don't want to be talking for a long time and find out later that it wasn't. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, so there we go. I had to take that little break there, make sure that everybody was taken care of on my end. And we are all set. Let's see here. The audio streams current bitrate. I beg your pardon. I don't know how that is. I haven't done anything wrong. But anyway, so let's figure out this build like we were going to, figure out what to do here. It seems like a lot of stuff is weak against lightning, I will say that. So we got a very high single target damage move that I can grab. This does not break, and neither does this. But we do have the Mayhem ability that I could pick up, which would give me the ability to break, and that would help a lot. Deals low single target, blah, blah, blah. And then this gives you the ability to generate the stains, which would be fine. Which would be fine, right? Except for the... Like, having 100% crit chance is not very likely, so, like... Does this move just do, like, fuck all other than that? Like, if you don't crit, it basically does nothing, right? So, like, this is, like, the move that you pick up when you're playing by yourself, I guess? Or you put Lune as your off team, and she's the only person on the off team? You know what I mean? Like fucking Angel's in the outfield, except Lune is in the outfield. I don't know. I'm not sure that that's worth a shit. Let's see, this one consumes two earth stains to increase its duration from 3 to 5, deals high ice damage to all enemies and heals allies. I mean, it doesn't say how much, but like, healing for multiple turns in a row is pretty good. You know, it might be worth it to go down that route. You know, grab Revitalization and Typhoon. Although if I just don't take damage, there's also kind of no reason to have that. And you do want to not take damage as much as possible. So maybe I don't fuck with that after all. All enemies receive medium lightning damage at the start of their turn, or at the end of their turn, and low lightning damage when they receive damage. Duration 3 turns, consumes 2 burns for double thunder strikes on turn end. Is double medium, like, I don't know, like, is that something to brag about? That sounds like a value meal. Oh shit, I forgot to do something. I gotta plug my phone in. It's about to die. It's at like 3%, hang on. I was supposed to do that while I was over there. It's literally right where I was feeding the pets. That was supposed to be part of this process. Alright, we're good. We're plugged. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm not shirking my responsibilities. I'm coming. Okay. Alright. We got that shit plugged in. It's fine. There's nothing important needs to go to my phone right now. Everyone in my life is safe. We should be fine. Ideally. Alright, so. And then I got Mayhem, I got Elemental Trick, and I got Elemental Genesis. Which is the one, like, if I were to buy any of them, I would love to get Elemental Genesis, you know? Just cast that shit, deal that big extreme damage. 8 hits, too, like, 8 hits is crazy. But that would be hard. That would be difficult. I could get there, actually. I could, pick up Electrify, I could pick up Mayhem, I could pick up Elemental Trick, and then I could go here, and I would still have 1 skill point left over. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. If I wanted to get real crazy with the shit, you know? Because I do have, I have the ability to generate 1 earth. I guess, would you even use Elemental Trick? I feel like you would just never use this move. Like, I feel like this move is just to get to this. Because how do you guarantee, like, what's the point of casting this and not having any chance? Like, you have a chance to get 0 stains. If you're trying to get stains for Elemental Genesis, wouldn't you just cast the ones that give you the guaranteed stains? I feel like you would. I feel like it would be stupid to do anything else. That's my thoughts. I don't know. I mean, you could always use this, and then whatever doesn't crit, you know, then as long as you have the low-cost move of each of the elements, then you just use that element's low-cost move. then you're good to go, right? Like, you can always generate one pretty easily. Or you generate... Alright, let's think about it this way. Okay. Imagine I unlock Electrify, right? And then I go down this tree and I pick this up, right? So then I've got Electrify. I could start with this. I can hit them with Immolate. That would give me 2 Lightning and 1 Fire Stain. And then I could go to Ice... No, I could go to Thermal Transfer. This would give me a good amount of AP, because they're already burning, because I already hit them with Immolate. Right, so now I have 2 Lightning and 1 Fire, 1 Ice. And then I use Healing Light to replace one of my 2 Lightning. That will keep somebody on my team up. And then I have a Light Stain to be able to utilize... Oh, but what if you can't use Elemental Genesis with a Light Stain? What if it actually can really only be cast if you have one of each of them? Well, that would suck, huh? I mean, I guess at that point, then you would just, you'd always start with Electrify to burn one of those electricities off next turn, right? So you'd always go Electrify, Immolate, Thermal Transfer, and then Earth Rising, and then on turn 5, you hit them with Elemental Genesis, I guess, right? If that were the way, that would be the thing that you would do, I guess. Alternatively, you could Immolate them first and then hit Elemental Trick. When combined with the Picto that gives you plus 25% critical strike chance, I think that would give you, like, that is still guarantee. It doesn't guarantee that you don't get 0. There's still a decent chance that you get fuck all from that, like, and you just spent your points for nothing, right? But you might crit, and then you do generate that stain, you know? And then you just fill in the blank with whatever is next. I mean, it wouldn't be good if you crit on the Fire Stain and then generated a Fire Stain, and then you didn't need that, right? And then the Fire Stain goes second, so it knocks off the Ice Stain. Tough. It's a tough one. I feel like Elemental Genesis is the move that if you can game it, then you can get a lot out of it, but otherwise, like, just leave it alone and don't even bother. Now, nothing down the fire tree allows you to break. So that is something to keep in mind, right? So we can only deal damage and burn things down the fire tree. So as much as I wanted to go down the fire tree, even if I really wanted to go down it, kind of doesn't make practical sense to, knowing that we can't break with any of it. That being said, if we grab Rock Slide or we grab Mayhem, either one of these are fine. Both of these will work. Rock Slide generates stains, which is good, and it deals decent damage. And then Mayhem, you would only ever use when you had 4 stains anyway, right? So I feel like it's tough because this is the guaranteed break, right? There's no setup, there's no fuss, no muss. You just press that shit and it breaks every time. This one requires you to have 4 stains. Otherwise, the spell is kind of useless. So that leads you to wonder, like, is it worth it? Let me work it, you know? Like, I don't know. But I need to be able to break somehow. So I need to make a decision. One way or another, it is important that I make a decision. And then I can always respec. I have 14 respec tokens in case I ever wanted to get rid of everything that I had and say, Moon, you're an idiot. Why did you make this piece of shit build? You fucking moron. Or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like Lightning is not my favorite skill, but she's like one of the only characters in the game that has it now that Gustav is gone. Now that Gustav's not in the party, I don't have his overcharge ability to be able to carry that big burst of lightning damage. And, like, she doesn't really have anything that deals big lightning damage. She's got this, which is very high single target lightning damage. 6 hits is pretty good. And generating more with a critical hit, that is also pretty good. But it doesn't break. Okay. I've talked at length at this point. Which one am I actually going to pick up? Because that's what needs to be discussed, right? I feel like I can pick up Thermal Transfer and get rid of Ice Lance in my bar. I don't need Ice Lance anymore. I think it came with the skills anyway. I needed to use that to get over here, so I think that's fine. But if I pick up Thermal Transfer I can then pick up Mayhem, and I'll still have enough skill points left over to decide what to do from there. Or I go Rock Slide, because the rock ability is generating extra break damage. Is really alluring. Especially because, you know, assuming you wanted to cast Crustal Crush, you know, you hit Electrify, and then bam, you get the bonus damage to Crustal Crush from the 2 lightning stains. Like, that seems pretty easy. All things considered, that seems pretty goddamn easy. And I still have Mayhem, and I could save my stuff for some larger moves later, maybe, question mark? Deals medium ice damage to all enemies, 1 hit, applies slow. I don't really care about applying slow, though. I don't really care about applying slow. Now, that is my only... This is medium single target damage to a single enemy for 4. This is medium single target damage to all enemies. Or, yeah, medium single target damage to all... Yeah, medium ice damage, even, to all enemies for 5. I feel like it's just more worth it to just go for this one, right? Since this just deals more, it just does more. It applies slow for 3 turns. Slows the target, 1 hit, which I assume means it only slows it for 1 turn. So if I wanted to keep going that way, I could do that. Oh yeah, but the Terror Quake extra break damage, that sounds so good, honestly. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy Thermal Transfer. I'm gonna buy Mayhem, so she always has a chance to break. She has the ability to break. Now we don't have to worry about that, right? And then, I need 18 to be able to get to Terror Quake, but I can get the rest of the stuff now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go Rock Slide, so we have the other ability to break. We got Electrify for the ability to generate those stains, and then we're gonna consume, we're gonna get Crustal Crush as well for the ability to deal super high burst damage, or earth damage and break damage. And then we are building up towards Terror Quake, because it is an easy W. When combined with Electrify, you can use Electrify and then immediately Terror Quake to increase all the break damage that everybody receives. And then you can spend a turn electrifying again, use Crustal Crush for that massive break damage. This just all kind of coming together here, I think, for Lune. We need 5 more levels worth to be able to get to the final move there. But let's go ahead and adjust her skills now, as I've spent the time to actually put them on here. I want to actually put them where I want them to be. We're going to change Ice Lance over to Thermal Transfer. We're going to replace Ice Lance with that. So now we have Immolate, we have Thermal Transfer. I do have Thunderfall, which is a stronger lightning attack. So I might want to keep that on there. Ooh, God, that's right. I can only have 6 skills. And that complicates things, doesn't it? Oh, man, I didn't consider that when I was putting the build together. So I had all these ideas, but then I remembered, wait a second. I can only use so many of these actual skills. Fuck, okay. Because I want to have Healing Light, and I want to have Rebirth. Both of these I feel like are important to the character. Although maybe this one less than the other one. The other heal that heals everybody, or heals more than one target. Maybe I just want to get rid of this one and put that one on. But if I only need a single target heal, oof, that's tough. Okay. Well, I know I probably won't need this. So I can go ahead and take that off. I want to put Electrify on here. I do have Crustal Crush, and I do have Rock Slide. Rock Slide would be my other break. I need to put Mayhem on here somewhere. This can only consume if 4 stains are... Okay, so I've got Immolate. I'm taking Thunderfall off for Electrify to generate stains. She's going to be high on AP a lot, though. That's the only problem here. And then I want to take Earth Rising off for Crustal Crush, question mark? But then I still have this problem where I have Rock Slide, which is my ability to break. I still need to put this ability to break in here somewhere. Or Mayhem, right? Either one of these. Like, one of the 2 of them is fine. Any one of them is fine. But I want to keep these 2 healing skills. And that means that I would have to remove Immolation, which I don't think is something that I'm going to do. Which means I have to remove Thermal Transfer, question mark? This consumes 2 Earth to give me a second turn. It's really hard. That's really actually quite difficult. Because she still has no ability to break. Which means I have to lose one of these. And I absolutely want to keep both the heal and rebirth, because they allow me to keep the party alive without having to use resources in between. Without having to rest and stuff like that, you know? So it comes down to, do I keep... Because I need some way to use her AP when she has a lot of it, you know, not just ranged attacks either. So do I replace Crustal Crush with Mayhem? That's really hard. That's really difficult. Or do I replace Thermal Transfer with Mayhem? That removes my ability to generate AP. But I'm already going to be using such little AP that it shouldn't really matter. Right? I think we leave it like that. Now I have the ability to break only when 4 stains are consumed, but I can do that quickly by using either Crustal Crush or Electrify. I can do it for super low AP by using 2 turns of Electrify. Okay, let's try it that way for now. That gives me a big move, that gives me lots of utility, and the ability to apply burn, quickly generate stains, and a high damage move to use when those stains are generated, beyond using Crustal Crush for the larger burst damage. Right? Okay. Let's go over to the Pictos. See, what does she have on? She has the 25% increased crit chance against burning enemies. I do think that's good. Apply shield when falling below 50% health. I don't know if we need that necessarily. So what else do I have here? 10% when all allies are alive. 50% increased damage on the first hit once per battle. I don't care about that. 50% increased break damage on a counterattack. That does sound good. But she doesn't have any Luminas equipped, really. So let's look at the Luminas. And look at the Luminas that I would actually want applied, right? And then we can take it from there. So, she currently has... Wait, what are the Luminas that she has applied? Are they these ones? It should really not include the... I guess it needs to. And that's to show you that it's actually on you. Okay, so... she has on Dodger, and she has on Augmented Attack. 50% increased base attack damage. I don't think she needs this. So I can deactivate that. Because she barely ever basic attacks. And there's really no reason to worry about that. 50% increased break damage with free aim shots. That could be good. And for only 1, that's something to keep in mind anyway. Not necessarily crazy about it as of this moment, but... Let's see, we got Rewarding Mark, plus 2 AP on dealing damage to a marked target once per turn. 10% increased damage while the team's alive. 50% increased break damage on base attack. Again, she doesn't really utilize basic attacks that much, but, you know, increased break damage is always good, so maybe we keep that one in mind. I'm looking for the ones that really jump out at me, at least as of right now. Got a 20% chance to apply Mark on a free aim shot. I have that on some other characters. Applying Mark is always good, but I'm not necessarily, like, chomping at the bit to get that on right now. First hit dealt and taken deals 50% more damage. No. Plus 3 on killing an enemy. While that is good and can be situationally useful, I don't necessarily think that it is so powerful that it needs a slot, but for only 2 AP. Again, this is one of those that we keep in mind. We put it in the maybe tab. Healing Tints also remove status effects from the target. No, I don't care. 50% increased break damage on a counterattack. I absolutely want that one applied. Always increasing as much break damage as humanly possible. I'm trying to break their stances as quick as we can. And that is going to be important, especially on those counterattacks. 50% increased damage on the first hit once per battle. Suck my balls. Augmented aim, 50% increased free aim damage. Normally, when you're free aiming at something, you kind of want them to die immediately, because they are like the problem enemy. So I feel like this just makes sense, maybe, to put on. I'm going to put this on for now, and I'm going to say yes on it, but it's like a tentative yes, you know? So recover 3% health on a parry. I want to put this on all of my characters. I think that's actually really good. Applying defenseless for 1 turn using base attack for 10 Lumina points, I don't think is worth it. 50% increased critical chance if health is below 30%. I mean, 50% increased crit chance is a lot. How often is your health going to be below 30% though? You know, like, are you doing that a lot? Which, because if you are, I feel like that's a problem. We got Breaker for 10 AP, or for 10 Lumina even, 25% increased break damage. Well, I do think that is good. I'm not sure that that is necessarily what we need right now. Got Augmented Counter for 3 AP, 25% increased counterattack damage. I want to say that we always apply this, right? Like, we just always put that on because of how good that is. And now we can go through and look at it a different way. Recovering 25% health on hitting a marked enemy once per turn, that does sound very alluring, but never for 20 AP. Like, not ever for 20 Lumina points. I called it AP, but I meant Lumina points. Now we've got the rewarding mark, which I don't have that many people that do mark, so I don't really have a reason to put that on right now. Death Bomb, we're not killing the characters, so I don't have to worry about that. We got 50% increased break damage with free aim shots. Now, I do have an idea, though. A combo that could be stupid and could also be quite good. But do I want to try it? Oh, that's the hard part, right? That is the hard part. Because it requires some dumb shit. But it could also be very good. So I'm not sure. Not sure anyway. We'll come back around to that. 50% increased base attack damage. Again, we don't really use the base attack. Increased break damage on base attack. I feel like just, like, for 1, that's kind of a no-brainer. I think we do put that one on. But also, applying mark here. Like, this, maybe we want to start putting mark on things as much as humanly possible. You know, just give everybody the chance to potentially mark something with their ranged attacks. Because that could be really good. Got critical moment. Augmented first strike. No, we don't need that one. Base attack applies defenseless. Defenseless is also very strong, but for 10 AP, that's asking a lot. 50% increased crit chance. I keep coming back to this because I feel like that could be quite strong, but if I'm at 50%, if I'm at 30% health, I'm probably trying to heal as much as possible, you know? Like, I don't think that I should build around that. I feel like that's too situational, even for only 5 Lumina. Okay, so then I think we do want to apply the mark on aimed shots. Even though I'm not aiming with her very often, on the times when I am, applying a mark is always a good thing. And then we have the rewarding mark, which I can get for 5, so she gets plus 2 AP on hitting a marked target. That could also be really good, especially since, you know, usually if I'm spamming the ranged attack, that just gives me more chances to hit that ranged attack, which is pretty solid. So I have 10 points left. Do I want to apply that? And then plus 3 AP on breaking a target. I don't think that's good. 50% increased break damage with aim shots. I think we are going to put that on now that I know that that is there. That I might be using that even. I think I do want to put that on. I think I do want to put on burning shots. Though I'm kind of like just getting the same build that I had on other characters as well here. So maybe that's not quite as important. What are the high ones that I would want out of what I have? Like 25% increased break damage is like a no-brainer. Like, of course I would want that. But can I put that in my Picto? Breaker. I feel like I'm talking on one of them old radios, you know? Is that what it was called? I don't remember. Yeah, Breaker. And it's not equipped by anyone. 25% increased break damage. So I do want to put this on, and I do think that I will put it on over the SOS shell. Apply shell when falling below 50% health. I feel like I do want that. I do want Breaker. 100% I want Breaker on this character. She's going to be the one who's dealing the majority of the break damage anyway, assuming that things work out the way I hope they do. And then when I go over here and I look at the SOS shell, it only costs 5. So I can even put this on now, you know, and then whenever she falls below 50% health, she'll just always get that shell. That's actually not a bad idea. 50% increased break damage on base attack. I think we apply this. I think we apply this. And then she might be the one who is doing the breaking, so it might be worth it just to throw this on here too. Or I could put burning shots on. I think I put burning shots on. Just keep the burn going, you know? If I'm using the ranged attack, that burn, stacking it up is always a good idea. And there we go, I've used all of my Lumina for Lune. Am I happy with her Pictos? I don't care about empowering attack at all. Apply burn on hitting a marked enemy, that could be pretty good. +1 AP on battle start. That could be fine. Roulette, no. Solo fighter, no. Energizing start here. The healing tints. Marked targets deal 30% less damage. That could be good. I mean, is that only targets that are marked by you? Or is that like... That's got to be only targets that are marked by her, right? And like, I don't have any real mark abilities with her. Aside from just... like, using my basic attack and having the chance of it actually marking someone. +1 AP on base attack. 50% increased damage if exhausted. Can't heal, but deal 50% more damage. 50% more damage if you're below 10% health. I don't feel like any of these are very good. +1 AP on parry, but damage received is doubled. Yeah, suck my balls. Who the fuck is putting that on? On receiving damage, consume 1 AP to take 30% less damage if possible. While I do think that could be good when stacked on a tank, I don't think that is good when used on Lune, necessarily. Let's see, we've got the... Apply powerful when falling below 50% health. Gain rush if fighting alone. Gain powerful if fighting alone. +1 AP. I don't feel like anybody's doing the +1 AP on a battle start. I feel like that's just such a waste. Unless you equip it as a Lumina, I can't see why you ever equip that, you know? Like, it just doesn't seem... It doesn't seem good at all. Let's see, we've got Energizing Jump. For all the people that give jump attacks, you can get +1 AP on a jump. Nobody is... Like, maybe that's a thing you put in your Lumina slot, but no one is using that as an actual Picto. That is dumb as fuck. 30% increased damage on stunned targets. They're not really stunned that often. +2 AP on dealing damage to a mark. I already have the Illumina of that equipped. Staggering attack. I have the Lumina of that equipped as well. Then we've got Dodger. Gain 1 AP on perfect dodge. I think I already have the Lumina of that equipped as well, don't I? Yes, I do. Which is good. That is actually really good. I like that one a lot. Which means that I need to pick something that is, like, potentially very, very expensive, maybe? Like, if it were a Lumina, how expensive would it be? You know, that's what you really want to do. And you're not going to be leaving a target marked very often, so I don't feel like that one is very good. The marked targets deal 30% less damage. I'm never fighting alone on Lune, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm never using Roulette. +1 AP on battle start. Yeah, I just kind of don't care about any of these. Fuck, bro. They're all just so shite, you know? They're all just terrible. Why would I care? Damn it. I already have that equipped as Illumina. I've got that equipped as Illumina. Like, that's the hard part. I've got that equipped as... Because, like, half of this shit... Like, yeah, I want it. And that's why I put it on. And, like, I already have it equipped. I don't need it as a Picto. Gain powerful if fighting alone. Gain rush if fighting alone. Apply powerful when falling below 50% health. Maybe that one. You know, maybe powerful when falling below 50% health. That actually, it's got a decent increase to our crit rate as well. A 10% extra crit rate. That could be pretty goddamn strong. Because, like, I'm not using basic attacks that often. Then again, I'm not falling below 50% health that often either. But when I do, I'm getting the shield and I'm becoming powerful. So maybe that is good? Question mark. And with her healing... that means that she will constantly be dipping below 30% health. So potentially reapplying that very often. I think I will put that on. She's got a 30% chance to crit now, and an extra 25% chance to crit against burning targets. For a 55% chance to crit when they're burning, I think that's pretty alright. think that's pretty solid. Okay, so that's our build for now on Lune. It was very tough to pick only the skills that I wanted to pick. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't really want to pick all of these. Like, Crustal Crush does not sound as cool to me as having... Where is the skill tree? As having Terraquake. But then I guess that's why... I guess that's why I won't be... I'll be replacing it with that? Fuck, bro. I don't know. Fuck. It's really hard. It's really difficult. Maybe I don't want Mayhem. Maybe that's the thing. You know, maybe that's what it comes down to. Fuck Mayhem. But as of right now, I'm just gonna stick with what I got. Because I could sit here and theory craft all day. Every day of the week, I could sit here and theory craft about stuff. I actually love that. That is, like, my favorite part of games. So let's go ahead into this and let's learn skills for Mael now. I have 17 points for Mael to be able to take her down the route I would like her to go. But what is that route? You know, what in fact is the route of Mael to be able to make the most out of this character, you know? Very difficult. We've got Fencer's Flurry. Excuse me, my leg itches right where my sock is touching. So, oh god, it feels so good to scratch too. It's one of those itches that, oh god, that like feels dangerously good, you know? Like you're scratching it and you're like, what negative thing is going to happen to me because I'm scratching this the way that I am right now? Being able to apply a lot of burn would be a good thing, you know? I don't want to consume burn, but I do want to apply burn as much as possible. Damage increase for each hit received since the previous turn. I mean, that could be good, especially in scenarios where you do get hit a lot, plus it breaks. But, like, do I want to go down that route? I only have 17 points, so I couldn't even make it there. I could make it to 2, 6, 12... to 12, and then I could one level off of being able to get that. It's actually not that far away, actually, when I think about it. But applying 5 burn per hit. See, this is where it becomes really tough, right? Because, like, I kind of want to bring Mael down this path of, like, doing all of the cool fire shit. But then I run into this situation where, like, I also want to enable other things with this character. But having that 25% increased crit chance while they're burning is just so goddamn lucrative that, like, I don't know if I want to give that up for anything. So, like, I kind of want to keep them burning for as long as possible, you know? And this applies 5 burn per hit. And when in offensive stance, it applies 2 more burn per hit, so 7, for a total of 21 total burn per hit when in offensive stance. That's, woof, that's a lot. Plus, that would deal a lot of damage. But anyway. So, we've got Fencer's Flurry. And it deals medium damage to all enemies, 1 hit, uses the weapon's element, and applies defenseless for 1 turn. Like, do I think that's good? I mean, yeah, it could be. Put you into offensive stance. Not sure how much I care about that. But, you know, being in virtuose stance is really good. So, like, you can utilize Swift Stride to put yourself into virtuose stance, since the target's already going to be burning anyway, you know, because we're trying to apply all this burn damage. And then maybe we just skip Fencer's Flurry entirely, because, like, you know, medium damage to all enemies is kind of shit, and then applying defenseless, like, that part's cool, but, like, we can apply that with way easier moves. We can apply that with a basic attack by equipping a single Picto or Lumina, you know. We don't have to spend 4 AP to do it. We can do it for no AP. And, but this deals damage to all enemies, and applies defenseless to all enemies. So that is also kind of good, you know, when you think about it that way. And we've got Sword Ballet, deals extreme single target damage, 5 hits, uses the weapons element, critical hits deal double damage, and it puts you into defensive stance. So when you think about this move, this is like the move that will deal, like, probably the most damage in the entire game. At least that's what I'm assuming. Like, because it is 5 hits with extreme single target damage, and crits deal double damage instead of 150% damage, which means that they'd like obliterate everything, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. That's how it sounds to me, anyway. We got Payback, deals very high single target damage, physical damage specifically. Reduced AP cost for each attack parried since last turn, which that could be really strong, especially since you can break with it, and it puts you into D stance. It can break, and like if you parried 3 or 4 attacks last turn, then it's way cheaper. But other than that, it's also very expensive on its own. So as a means to break, I would probably never use it unless it just happened to line up that way. And then we've got Last Chance. Reduce self-health to 1, but refills all AP. Switch to Virtuoso Stance. Like, this would be fine if it gave you another turn, but it doesn't give you another turn, so you just fucking die, bro. Like, what if you just die? What about that, you know? Did you ever consider, what if death? Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like... And she doesn't have a move that deals more damage because she is low health, like Verso has. Like, she just has regular moves, so why would you ever reduce yourself to 1 health? I don't know. You do get full AP, and you do switch to Virtuoso Stance, and I think all of that is pretty good, but, like, I don't think it's worth dying over. That's my personal opinion. It's where I stand on the matter, you know? But, do I want to pick up this move here, which causes all attacks to go to my L? That is a different scenario, you know? Because then, like, my L becomes like a better tank. Basically, a better tank than any other character in the entire game. Like, as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, nobody else has a move like this, do they? Like, I don't think they do. And she has defensive stance, so she can always put herself... she can always take 50% less damage. So as soon as she activates this, for the next turn, she's going to take... Whatever she does get hit by is barely going to hurt her. And then she's also going to get the duration extended by applying Shell, which means that, like, if you have that move, that Picto or that Lumina, that gives you Shell when you get reduced to 50% health, which, like, obviously, I would probably put that on her if I was going to do that. Like, that would actually be nuts, you know? Because then she's taking even less damage on top of defensive stance, and she's gaining Shell, you know, like, to extend the duration of her taking the attacks for everybody else. That actually sounds kind of fucking nasty, I'm not gonna lie. And because, oh my god, and it doubles down with payback, because for every move that you parried since last turn, you also reduce the, AP cost of payback as well. So, and since you're taking all of the attacks from everyone, presumably you parry a lot, theoretically, right? Man, that does sound... Ooh, that sounds alluring, you know? A lot more alluring than just Sword Ballet, because this creates a gameplay loop. This creates a reason to do things, you know? Like, a reason to hit the buttons that you hit. And, like, this protects Lune from being attacked, which we need her to heal Mael back up in health and shit, you know? And then, okay, so underneath that, we've got Momentum Strike. Deals high single target damage, 1 hit, uses the weapon's element, increased damage to marked targets, and costs 4 when in Virtuoso Stance. So this would be like a thing that you hit when in Virtuoso Stance. To, like, if you didn't have enough AP, you were in Virtuoso Stance, but you didn't have enough to use Fleuret Fury. Excuse me, I'm burping. My apologies. If you didn't have enough AP to use Fleuret Fury, then, and you were still in Virtuoso Stance, then you would instead use Momentum Strike, because this costs 6, right? But assuming you had 5 or 4, you can get this down to a 4 AP cost, and you would use Momentum Strike. It's only 1 hit compared to the 3 hits, but it does allow you the ability to actually do that. Like, to still utilize something in Virtuoso Stance, to gain some benefit, you know, from being in the stance beyond the additional just, like, flat-out damage that it deals, because it does deal a good amount of damage as well. Like, it's 200% extra damage, right? So, like, yes, it's going to hit like a goddamn truck. Of course it is, but then at the same time, you run into this situation where it's like, Virtuoso Stance moves are also very expensive. And speaking of very expensive... When we think about the being in Virtuoso Stance and combining that with as high of a crit chance as we could possibly get, and then smacking it out with Sword Ballet, like, that does sound like a lot of damage, doesn't it? 3 times damage, and then you hit for the extreme single target damage, and it crits deal double. Like, man, that does sound like it would, fuck, as they say. So, Maybe I do want to go down that route. You know, I can actually get all of that right now. And that would cause me to not... I would probably not equip Fencer's Flurry, just to be real. I kind of have no reason to put that on. That is a very expensive, kind of weak hit. Puts you into offensive stance like other moves that I already have. I don't really need that, so... and then offensive switch, if I wanted to apply defenseless, does it for 1, and it applies for 3 turns instead of fucking... instead of a single turn, you know? So, and then it's still the same thing. Puts me into offensive stance, so I don't really need to worry about that, so... And do I go for the sword ballet? And do I forsake the potential of, more fire moves? Knowing that I may run into this situation where I wish I had burn applied, but I don't feel like using this move to apply burn. Spark, there we go. Spark does keep burn on there for a decent amount of time, though. Oh, it's so tough, man. It's so tough, because I so badly wanted to bring Lune down the fire tree, you know? And just, like, take her straight down the fire tree and grab all the cool stuff. And then, I don't know, break with Mayhem, maybe? I don't even know. Because, I can't imagine a situation where I ever generate an ice, earth, and lightning stain if I have all fire skills, you know? It would have to be like you generate many stains that are light and that they count for some reason. I don't know if they do. I'm honestly not sure. Anyway, going back to my L, because I have to choose. What it comes down to is that I have to choose. Do I want to use this and take on all of the, attacks from the team? Do I want to put that all on my L? She does have the highest health as of right now, but that could just be from the Pictos or the Pictos that I currently have equipped. I have put everyone's points into Vitality regardless, so now I have to choose. I can go here. This will be 10, and then on next level I can grab Payback, and that will allow me to have a very high single target damage move. That cost... It's not extreme, though. It's not extreme. Oh, extreme! Why does that word feel so alluring to me? You know, extreme damage. Just feels really, fun. Feels really fun. But it does not break. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm putting it in. There we go. That's my choice. I've made my choice. I'm sticking to it. I gotta go in and mess with her skills now. I can always reset it later if I don't like extreme damage. I can always go in and just reset that shit later. Okay, so I need to keep Swift Stride. But I don't give a single fuck about Pierce. Not one. Not one fuck. Not a single fuck. Applies Shell. Reduces damage taken to up to 3 allies for 3 turns. That is actually quite a good move, especially when you consider her other ability to take lots of damage. You know, to take all the damage from the team. Okay, so I don't care about this. And I still have Flurry Fury. I need Swift Stride. I need Pierce. I need Breaking Rules. I don't really need Offensive Switch. So I'm going to put Sword Ballet here where Pierce goes. And then I am going to leave it there for now. Because this gives me everything that I need, right? So I have the ability to go into offensive stance to apply extra burn to get the crit chance up. And then I can use the burn to go Swift Stride into Virtuose Stance. And then while in Virtuose Stance, I can choose to Flurry Fury or Sword Ballet, depending on how much AP I actually have. And then I can dump all of my fucking AP into Sword Ballet whenever she maxes out, because she does seem to cap out on AP quite often. Which I assume is because I think one of her stances gives her AP. Let me see. My else stances. In defensive stance, she takes less damage and gains 1 AP per parry or dodge. Yep, that's why. In Virtuose Stance, she deals a lot more damage. Offensive stance, she deals more but takes more, right? Using the basic attack in offensive stance or defensive stance switches her to the opposite stance. If she is already uses an attack that switches her to the stance she's already in, she goes stanceless. Got it. So it's defensive stance that gives her so much AP. Alright, so now I need to do her Pictos and her Luminas. We're doing it. We're fully going in. I'm fully... those are her skills, man. I'm fully committing to actually doing the build here. So, in terms of her Pictos, we have apply powerful for 3 turns when revived. Obviously, I don't need that. I believe that is simply to... gain the additional critical hit chance that comes from that move. Picto gives me 11% crit chance, which is pretty high in terms of other Pictos. It also increases her speed slightly, which gives her better action economy. There it is. And we also get 10% crit chance from first strike, but I don't necessarily know that we need that 10% there when we could grab things from Lumina's. Let's just see. Where is first strike on here? First strike. Play first. This costs 10. But again, this is... I would keep this only for the ability to gain the crit chance from it. So that actually only works as a Picto, right? That doesn't actually help me at all. Can I just see my fucking Pictos, please? Jesus Christ. And then the same thing with Powerful Revive, right? Like, I'm literally keeping this just for the crit chance on the actual Picto. And then there's the other one that's like auto death, right? Kill self on battle start. This is a 20%, 26% crit chance right there. So, like, that could be pretty strong. 'Cause I could replace both of those, right? Kill myself as soon as the battle starts. Put the first strike on Lune. And then instantly res her, right? Because she would die as soon as the fight starts anyway. Which means that the first turn would still be Lune's turn. Like, that wouldn't count as Mael's turn. That would happen before Lune goes in combat, because it is on battle start, not on first turn. So that means that she would die. That would give her the 26% crit chance, and then she gets rezzed by Lune. And then that does take that first turn away, but it does give her a significant amount of critical hit as well, which is something to consider. And then I can leave on the apply powerful for 3 turns when revived, because she will be powerful immediately upon the battle start anyway, because I'll be reviving with Lune. But that does always start Lune. That locks her in at basically 0 AP to start a fight. And that's assuming that she has enough to actually use that skill, which I need to look and see how much that skill is now. It costs 5, and at the start of a battle you have 4, right? You have 4, and then you gain 1 more, so you would have 5. So that actually does work, question mark? Or do I change up one of her Luminas? No, let's just, let's go to, one of these. Let's go to the Luminas. No, yeah, I was already in the Luminas. Or do I change up one of her Luminas to give her the 1 AP on battle start, right? Because there's always that as well. Where is it? That's +3 on killing an enemy. Because I don't have this, I don't have this. Do I not have this as a Lumina? That would be so stupid. Yo, I don't think I have it as a Lumina. What the fuck? Let's go into the Pictos real quick. Where are you? Where are you, 1 AP on battle start? I know you're in here. Okay, I'm just gonna look through all of them. On death, deal damage. +1 AP on basic attack. No. +1 AP on battle start. I don't have this as a Lumina. Bro, what the fuck am I doing? I could go easily get this as a Lumina right now. And then I could apply this anyway. So that would allow me to get the additional... Going back to my original point here, that would allow me to get the additional 26% crit chance on the Pictos here. Or the 23% even from auto death. No, it is 26, right? So we take off first strike. We put auto death on. That would give her... Let's see, 16% more crit chance from now would be a 48% chance to crit. Then you add the 25% chance to crit from them being burning. Now we're at 48, 68, and then 73% chance to crit. Still not quite getting over that 100% mark. And that feels bad. Yo, Mike, what's going on, dude? How are you? I'm finally making a build here. in Expedition 33. I finally decided it was time. And I'm doing it for all of the characters, so it's taking a long time. But I'm trying to come up with an idea, a gameplay loop, a reason for the way that the powers are chosen to help out with everything, to make it more usable, etc., etc. +3 to all AP, +3 AP to all allies when revived. That could actually be really nasty if I put it, even if I put it on as just Illumina, because of the combo with the auto death move, right? So I don't know how much that costs as Illumina. Maybe I should go find out. And maybe I just equip this and the +1 AP on battle start, and then we just go run 3 trash battles real quick, so that I can figure out how much AP that costs, or how much Lumina points that costs. Because she would be revived at the start of every fight, which means that all characters would start with more AP than they normally would. Is that great? It could be, especially if there's like flying characters or something that I need to drop those ranged attacks into. Something to think about. Maybe I should do that. I think I'm gonna do that real quick. Let's go ahead, and before I do anything else, let's just we'll plop that on there, and then we will go over and we'll find the +1 AP on battle start. Where are you? There you are. We'll plop this on here, and then we'll take it from there, right? And we'll decide from that point forward whether or not I want to do this stupid-ass tactic. It does seem dumb, but at the same time, it could actually be really good. But I need to see if these are worthwhile to use. So I'm going to go and fight 4 trash mob things, and then we're going to go back. Right in the Journal of Gustave's Apprentices. This seems like it would be rude. Oh, it's Mael doing it. Oh, I love that. She spends some time writing in Gustave's journal to honor his memory. She tries to write, but is overcome with emotion. She cannot find the words. She hopes Gustave's apprentices will read this journal someday. Damn, that hurts. That hurts. Mike says, nice to see you. My fish tank is basically ready. Sadly, my filter wasn't working, so I have to get another one tomorrow. But it shouldn't take long, so I should still have fish by Sunday. Let's go, dude! Hell yeah, what kind of fish are you getting? That's fantastic. That's awesome, dude. I had a fish tank, it was really nice. I miss my fish tank a lot. The only hard part about having a fish tank was also having cats. Because I kept buying these aquatic turtles, frogs even, these aquatic frogs. And I loved them. That was my favorite thing in the fish tank. It's a little tiny aquatic frog, and it would every 30 or 45 minutes, it would jump up from the bottom, and it would swim its way up to the top and get a little gulp of air. And I swear to God, I bought 2 or 3 of them, and the cat that we had at the time pulled it out multiple times and killed it. And I was really sad about that. None of the fish. Couldn't catch any of the fish, but the frog wasn't fast enough. Was not dexterous enough to avoid the cat. And that felt bad. Felt really bad for the cat, dude. Yeah, you don't want the animal to get hurt. Okay, I'm not going to do this fight right now. I'm going to mount up on Eskia, and I'll come back to this fight. I just need to go find 4 trash fights so that I can, What the fuck? Where am I right now? I don't know what this place is. I've never been here before, right? Okay. We'll come back to that. I'm trying to do builds right now. But that means that I have to go find the spots that I actually wanted to find. It means I gotta go north. Go north here. Just go find some trash mobs and go beat their ass real quick. I gotta get in 4 battles so that I can turn those Pictos into Luminas and decide whether or not I'm gonna do this stupid ass combo that I've been doing. That I've been cooking up. Alright, we got first strike here. I still haven't done his build, so I don't have anything, really. Okay, let's offensive switch. Oh, I should really be killing that ranged one, huh? Okay, let's kill the ranged one. You do start with 4 AP. So I was right about that. So we would need that 1 AP to be able to use her res at the start of the fight. But that's something to keep in mind anyway. for that combo to work. And there we go. That's one battle down. Killed him very easily. And then we're just gonna mount back up on SKA. Again, I only need to do 4 battles. They don't have to necessarily even be against, like, difficult enemies. I just need to, beat their ass so that I can unlock the Picto, the Lumina. Because once I set these builds up, I want to be fucking shit up. But I gotta try some different stuff first. Okay, we've got these guys. They have crit spots that I can mess up. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that immediately. I do not have enough AP to do anything now. We're just gonna take him out. We'll deal that damage there. And again, just a basic attack is fine. This is totally fine.
Let us stay.
Gain that 1 AP there.
You're outmatched.
That hurt him a lot. And I think this will probably kill him. Yep. Yes, sir. That's quite easy. All right, that's 2. Half of the battles are done. Let's go get these guys now. Excuse me. This rock is in my way. There we go. Take a sip of my drink here. Okay. None of these guys are anything to write home about. Or anything to worry about. We're just gonna quickly dispatch them.
Flames on me.
Yeah, sure, man. Ouch.
Storm is coming.
I fat fingered the button the first time, and then I did it stupidly the second time on purpose. Alright. One more. One more battle, and then I can continue with my build crafting here. Which means I'm gonna have to go back to camp. But, that's fine. Not a big deal. I had to know. Because my plan is very stupid. It's very much, not something that you would typically think of as a good idea. But, if it comes together well, then, you know, potentially it does do pretty good. I need some more shit to fight, bro. Where are the enemies at? Where are the outdoor homies? Excuse me, homies? Not a homie in sight. Oh, you know what? Probably over this poop bridge. Let me go over the poop bridge. I'm sure I'll find them over here. Oh, yeah, there they are. Hey. Guys. We need to talk. I found you over this poop bridge. So let's, break his crit spot. Break his crit spot. We'll do the same thing there. Just do the basic attack. And then... I guess we'll just basic attack everything, right? Seems pretty easy. I was scratching my side. There we go. Okay, cool. Now the Pictos are unlocked, right? Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. We needed that. Alright, so the Luminas are unlocked. Let's go back to camp so that I can talk more about the thing that I wanted to try. Because again, I don't know if this is even a good idea. Probably isn't. But either way, it is funny. So, we go over to my L. We go over to our Pictos. And we can go ahead and take this off, right? We can slap on the old powerful revive. Bang. Drop that on there. And then we can grab this, and I can put on First strike. That was the other thing that was on before, right? So then we look over here and what was the thing that I just unlocked, bro? That is terrible. What's the name of it? That's the hard part, right? Is trying to remember the name of the thing. +3 to all allies when revived. Yes, so energizing revive. Energizing revive cost 5. So that's actually not terrible. You know, that actually could be useful. And then in that way, we don't have to worry about starting the fight with no AP, because with this combo, I'm going to be using a lot of the AP straight off the jump. So yeah, so maybe I do want to do that. Oh, and then the other one that I had on, SOS Power. Nope, not SOS Power. But that is now open, so that is an option now. It is... Damn, I must have already moved it. Augmented aim. It's the one that gives you... +1 AP on a battle start. First offensive? Nope. Healing, rewarding mark. +3 AP when all allies are revived. Cleansing tint, empowering. There it is. 15. 15? What the fuck? Okay. That's insane, bro. +1 AP when on battle start. 15 AP. Or 15 Lumina points. How do they sleep at night, dude? I swear it wasn't... I don't think it's even worth that. That means I would have to take something off with Lune. 100% that means I would have to take something off with Lune. So, I would have to take off. I don't necessarily need the critical burn with this character. If I take this off, I can do that. That'd be 25% less crit chance, but that would allow me to go first, because the first strike is too expensive, right? Where are you? First strike. There's no way I can afford it, wherever it is. Exposing Sard, healing mark. Auto death. Bro, can you not even use it? Can you not even use that, like, thing as a Lumina? Because that would really suck. Let's just look through all of them. Like, go first. I guess it would make sense, since only one person can have that equipped at a time. +3 AP, +1 AP on battle start. +2 AP on dealing damage. 50% increased break damage on basic attack. Yeah, no. So you have to equip that as a Picto. That absolutely has to be one of my Pictos, then. That's tough. That's really tough. That's really tough, because, like, go first is not necessarily the best, like, coolest thing. It is necessary, though. It is necessary. Fuck, bro. Damn. If I apply energizing start, will that cost less because it's a lower level? That would be stupid, right? I feel like that would be really stupid. Like, this one's level 6. This one's energizing start. This is energizing start 1, level 6. This is energizing start 2, level 4. What? What are we doing here? Bro, what? I just saw your live. Hanny, what's going on, dude? What's going on, bro? Yeah, we've been live for a little bit. About 3 hours. I'm making builds right now. I decided that I was finally going to do it. And so that's where I'm at right now. And I'm trying to figure out if energizing start 1 will cost less than energizing start 2. which would cost less than energizing start 3? Question mark? I'm not sure. Because they all do the same thing, plus 1 AP on battle start. So if you equip them as Illumina, like who cares? Now I have to find, god damn it. Now I have to do this. First Strike is the name of the one. Play first. Okay, so there we go. Now we know. And now I have to level up energizing start to make sure, to see whether or not it actually does the thing. From this point forward, I am going to find things, that I haven't equipped and put them on, because I need to go fuck up 4 guys anyway. So I should just equip 4 things that I might want to use as Illumina, just in case. So that if I want to use them in the rest of this build crafting shit, I can just do it. On receiving damage, consume 1 AP to take 30% less damage if possible. I kind of do want to figure out what that's like. That actually sounds pretty good, so maybe I'll put that on too. I'll put that right there. And then energizing pain, no longer gain AP on parry, plus 1 AP on getting hit. No, I don't want that. Gain rush if fighting alone, gain powerful if fighting alone. I don't care about those. Gain shell if fighting alone. No, thank you. I already have those unlocked. Energizing jump, I don't care about. 30% increased damage on stunned targets. While that could be good, I don't think that is worth the time. That would be something that you equip just for the lulz. Like when you have so much Lumina that you don't have to worry about it at all. And then, do I just do all of these at the same time? Like plus 1 AP on battle start, energizing start 1 and energizing start 2, same time? You know, like this? You know, and just get them all. Knock it all out, all at once. Because I got 1, 2, and 3, and I need to know if they all cost different Lumina. Because that makes a huge difference for what I'm trying to do. Actually, a massive difference. Plus 1 AP on base attack. 50% increased damage if exhausted. 50% less damage but can't be healed. I do kind of want to fuck with that one too. But, maybe not yet. 50% more damage if health is below. Okay, so let's just do this for now. Let's just do this for now. We're gonna go out, we're gonna find 4 more fights. And then we're gonna take it from there. I'm gonna get all these Pictos turned into Luminas. And then we're gonna see. I'm trying to do some dumb shit. And I need the game to work with me. I don't want to spend a fortune to do some dumb shit, you know? That seems like a waste of time. How much AP do I have left? 1? There you go, now you're dead. And he's dead too. And that one's dead too. Alright, cool. 1. Alright, now I just gotta kill 4 more things. We're gonna go mount up on all SKA so that we get there a little faster. Hit him with a pocket lint.
Let's come apart.
Okay. I'm gonna break that. I'm gonna break this. And I'm gonna break this. Okay. I still have 1 more AP. There we go. Now that one's dead. And I can hit this one. And I'll get a bunch of AP from that. And fuck it, I'll just do that, dude. Fuck it. I'm just killing them for the sake of getting the Pictos anyway. Doesn't matter. No one cares. Are there boys in any of these directions? I don't see any. And I do know what that thing is right there. Yes, yes, of course I do. Of course I do. I've been to all these places. Alright, we got some more guys over here. Why did you stop? There you go. Keep going, friend. We got places to be today. And it's up these guys' ass. Okay. Everybody's got a crit. Let's go ahead and show them the crit. Oh, we got 2 of them marked. I'm just gonna kill it. Finish it off. It's easier that way. There we go. That's 3. Okay. Alright, I need one more group of buttholes to be able to unlock my Luminas and figure out whether or not different ranks of things cost different Lumina points. Because it seems like +1 AP on battle start seems like the lamest fucking Lumina ever to be costing 15 points. And I just can't see how that is a thing. So I'm hoping that it's not. Although it might be. It very well may be. Okay.
Ready to strike.
Yes. Yes.
Finesse and grace.
We're nailing it. And there we go. Now I got all the Luminas that I wanted. Or for now. Great. Let's go to camp. So that we can mess around with more stuff. Okay, I want to go back into my else stuff. Let's go to edit Pictos. Let's go ahead and take this off. What was the thing that I had on her? 50% increased base damage. Break damage on counterattack. I do like that. I don't remember if I had that on her or not. I'll be real. No, no, I think not. No, I have that on as a Lumina. So there we go. It says it on the side there. So I had on Powerful Revive. I remember that. I had on First Strike. I remember that. And then I, for Energizing Start, I had on... Was it the Fire one? First Offensive, Augmented Counter. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was this. Was it that? I feel like it was. So, now we can go into the Luminous. We can go to Energizing Start. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, alright, so now we know. Energizing Start rank 1, only 5. Energizing Start rank 2, 10. Energizing Start rank 3, 15. So you can give everybody one, but it is progressively more expensive depending on which one you decide to choose, which one you decide to give them. So, there we go. So now we know, right? Now we know, and knowledge is power, or something. So, now I want to take away the... First Strike one here, and I want to replace it with something else, right? So, which one do I want to replace it with? That would be the Auto Death, so that she dies immediately on the start of the fight, right? And that gives her a 48% chance to crit. It's a pretty high goddamn chance to crit. I'm not gonna lie. And then the rest of this also gives her a decent chance to crit. And I am kind of leaning into that without fully leaning into it, right? Take 50% less damage. Yeah, Death Bomb gives me 10% crit chance. Well, how much is Augmented Counter as a Lumina? Augmented Counter as a Lumina. I think I already had that on, actually. So let's put on Death Bomb there. And now let's go in. Let's check out Augmented Counter is only 3. So I definitely want to put that on as a Lumina. Right there. So now I have the... Do I have the critical burn on there? I sure do. So I definitely want to have on the other one that costs 5, which is not SOS power, not teamwork, not critical moment, although that could be really, really good. Plus 3 AP on breaking a target, on receiving damage, 1 AP. No, it's not that. No. Yes, plus 3 AP to all allies when revived, right? So I want to put that on immediately. And then 50% increased break damage with free aim shot. This just seems like a no-brainer. I feel like I should keep that on as well. Maybe I don't need plus 3 AP on, plus 3 AP on killing an enemy. If there was any that I could take off, I'd say augmented attack can probably go. Feel like I don't need that, really. 50% increased base damage is fine, but how often am I basic attacking with her? Not that often, you know? And then we run into that scenario again where it's like, I would rather apply Mark as much as possible. If I'm using ranged attacks on the character, it's to do something, you know, to kill them quickly or break them. But then I could also go with Critical Moment here, because Critical Moment, that gives me 2 points left over. Critical Moment gives me that 50% increased crit chance if health is below 30%, which sometimes it may be on my L. You know, like that is... And that would give me a 100% chance to crit whenever her health is below 30%. So that is actually something to keep in mind there. Although maybe not something to build around entirely. That does give me my guaranteed crit shots at 30% health. And she does instant blow up on the start of a fight. So she has a 77% chance to crit against burning targets. And a 100% chance to crit if below 30%, below 30% health. So that actually does seem pretty solid for what I'm trying to do here. So I think I will put that on. And then, is there anything else that I can take off realistically? Anything that I kind of don't care about. So I have Death Bomb from the Picto, so I don't have to worry about that. And the Picto is actually pretty good, right? The Picto is, it gives me speed, and it gives me crit for both of my Pictos. Both give me speed, both give me crit, so I do want to keep those on there. And then I have Dodger. I want to keep that. Plus 3 AP on killing an enemy, right? So this would be the one. If I could take one off, this would probably be the one. And then let's just look on anything else. Augmented counter, I want to keep that on. We've got staggering attack, increased break damage on basic attack. Yes, I can see a place for that, right? And if I take off plus 3 AP on killing an enemy, that opens up 4 total, which gives me some chance to kind of take care of some of this. She does generate a lot of action points, I will say that. So on receiving damage, consume 1 AP to take 30% less damage if possible. That could be good, but I feel like I'm going to run into this situation where I am like planning something and then I get fucked because I took damage and it took one of my AP. And then I have to wait for the next turn, and my thing that I wanted to do is ruined. Maybe I don't want to mess around with that, right? Increased break damage. So I've got 4, though. And none of these are really doing anything for me. I guess Marking Shot. I guess if there was anything that I could put on here, it'd be Marking Shot. And then that way, you know, there's the chance to occasionally mark things, because I do want to give them the let's just go through everything. The increased break damage on base attack, for 1, I feel like is always worth it, because if I need to break them and I don't have enough AP, then the faster I can break them, the better. I have this from a Picto. Got critical burn, I definitely want that. I got breaking shots, increased break damage with free aim shots. Both of these are 1, and I feel like for 1 is worth it for the increased break. As much as possible, I want to be able to break them. We have Powerful Revive, applying Powerful from the Picto, but also giving me that additional 10% crit chance. Although, yeah, I do think that is still good, because that will give me Powerful on the first 3 turns, and that is always nice. We've got plus 3 AP to allies when revived, which we can get off the start of the fight. Got 1 AP on perfect dodge once per turn. I think that is also pretty good. And then 50% increased break damage on a counterattack. Yes, I definitely want that. Oh, I want the one that heals on the counterattack. Where is the one that heals on the counterattack? I need that immediately. That's the one that I need here. Not that. I need to find you. I knew there was something that I wanted to put on. And then I need to remember what it's called. Healing Mark? No, not Healing Mark. Energizing Start. Healing Parry. Healing Parry. Here you are. healing parry. I knew I'd find you here. I'm gonna give her 1 AP. I'm gonna use one of my Essence of Lumina to give her 1 AP to be able to pick up healing parry. I feel like that is most important here. The most important thing that I could possibly do would be to get that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've got plenty of those things just fucking sitting around, so there's really no reason why I shouldn't. I just gotta find the faceless man, who is not over here, apparently. Are you here? Faceless guy? Curator? Hey, there you are. First I need to upgrade the expedition resources. Do you later get large healing tints? I feel like I am, not upgrading these specifically because I'm afraid that later on I will get a better one. But I should have, like, and then I'll be like, oh, I should have saved my shape of health so that I could have upgraded the medium healing tint or whatever. I'm just gonna save it for now. I'm not really having trouble with it anyway, so. Alright, we're gonna give my L 1 Lumina point. Hey, there we go. I got a little thingy for that. Neat. Okay, so I can use that here. That's fine for now. That will give her the Lumina that I wanted, which is great. Let's go over here. Let's go back to the Lumina screen because I already forgot about it. There we go. And now I am out of Lumina. And that is good. Now, I don't need any of this. Gain powerful for 1 turn on base attack. I don't need that. Plus 2 AP on damage on a marked target once per turn. Like, that could be good, but, like, I'm gonna have to consume a lot to be able to pull that off. Like, it's gonna cost a lot of Lumina, is what I'm saying, to be able to pull that off. And I kind of don't think that's really worthwhile. Even this healing mark one, 25% health on hitting a marked enemy once per turn, like, that could be good. But is it so good that I'm, like, chomping at the bit for it? Like, I don't think so. And again, I wish I had more ways to, like, generate AP that I didn't, like, I want to use this defensive mode, Lumina, but, like, I just feel like it's gonna fuck me. Like, because I'm gonna randomly lose an AP when I thought I was going to have one. And I just don't think I can do it. Damn. That's tough, because I do want to. But I don't think I should. Apply powerful when falling below 50% health. And we don't need that, right? And we don't need that. And we don't need this. Cover 15% health on base attack. We don't need that. So I'm never base attacking with her, you know? So that's not important at all. 25% increased break damage. I feel like this is just mandatory for every character, right? Just put Breaker on every single character and never look back. Never, ever don't have 25% increased break damage. Like, it is that important, in my opinion. But, like, which one do you put it as the Picto? That's the hard part, you know? Okay, so let's just leave it there for now. We're gonna go over to Lune's Pictos, and we're gonna check out what she has. I can give her this, and then put on the You Go First Lumina here. Oh, that's right. Energizing Start. I need to put this on her, so I need to consume 5 more. I need to consume 5 more Lumina for that, so that I always have that 1 AP on the battle start, and then I don't have to change my Pictos around. But I do have to take one off, because I have to put on First Strike, because you can't actually apply this as a Lumina. At least as far as I can tell, you can't. Nowhere on here does it say First Strike. No. So it's definitely not in the first row. It's definitely not in the second row. No, and it's not in the third row either. Okay, so now, like, at least now we know, you know? 10% increased damage. Okay, so, in terms of her Pictos, I need to take one of these away. It's obviously going to be applying powerful when falling below 50% health. While I do think that is good, it's not so good that I need that more than I need to be able to go first on this character. So there we go. But I do need to be able to... apply that one Lumina, so I have to upgrade the Expedition's resources 1, 2, 3, and 4 to be able to give her these points, so that I can equip that on her. I need her to go first every time, and I need her to start every fight with 5 AP. So let's go ahead and... Although, I guess technically I don't. But then it becomes very costly very quickly. Anyway, so, yeah, so... +5 to give me that +1 AP on battle start. There we go. So, now I'll start every fight with 5 AP, which is huge because I need that at the start of every fight to be able to work in my combo with my L. Who is going to be pretty good, assuming I did this well. You know, that should be pretty alright. That should be pretty solid. Okay, let's go work on our boy, Verso. There it is. I knew if I thought about it long enough, it would eventually come to me. Upgrade attributes. Who went up a level? I guess they all did, huh? Fuck. Well, 2 of them did. Alright, let's give those to Lune. Let's give these to Tael. Bang, okay, good. And then we're going to start learning skills for Verso, and we're going to make our way down the list here. So I read through all of these earlier, and I didn't anticipate having to go and actually do this right now. But maybe it comes out really good, right? Maybe it comes out and it turns out to be really good. Extreme single target damage. We got this one is extreme as well. Pretty good. All this shit is very extreme, you guys. It's extremely extreme. All right. So I need to be able to break with this character. That's the first thing, right? I need to. I'm gonna take from fire off and put perfect recovery on because I just think perfect recovery is a better skill overall. But how do I want to get to that break? You know, that's the hard part. Because I could do Radiant Slash for the low damage. And then it only costs 2 AP, right? So it'd be very easy. I would always be able to break with this move, which is good. But then do I care about the rest of the shit, right? Because I kind of like the idea of Steeled Strike. You know, and 13 hits of extreme single target damage. That sounds... pretty fucking nasty, especially if at S rank, you know, and then he can just deal a ridiculously huge amount of damage to everything. That sounds really cool. But it gets interrupted if any damage is taken, and then that consumes all 9 of my AP, right? So that would also be really not good. And because it's 13 hits, it is more hits than the Endbringer one, right? So the opposite tree's max rank skill is more hits than that, but it takes 2 turns. So it's actually still, like, even if you used Endbringer 2 times, it's still more. But if the target is stunned, increased damage if the target's stunned, and if you're at A rank or higher, it reapplies stun, which is, like, that could be good, because stun makes them take more damage, so it's dealing extreme single target damage, and it deals increased damage to them if they are stunned, which is great. You know, you save this for after they get broken, and then they're broken, and then you hit them with this, and maybe that deals a whole lot of damage. But, like, how often are things breaking? Like, not that often, right? Like, not often enough, anyway, for you to be like, yep, that's what I want. That's definitely the way. But then there's also this Phantom Stars. Deals extreme light damage to all enemies, 5 hits. Like, that could be pretty good, too. Assuming that they're not, like, strong against light damage, right? And it can break, costs 9. So that's maybe not the best, but it can break, and it only costs 5 if you're at S rank. So that could be pretty solid, pretty strong. But is it better than going down the tree down to Steeled Strike, you know? Like, that's tough to say. Steeled Strike is physical damage. Phantom Stars is light damage. You know, and as we go down here, this is also physical damage. Endbringer is also physical. 5 hits at completion, gain 1 rank. A rank or higher, you gain +2 AP. So it costs 4, but then you gain 2 back. So it's like it refunds you some. 5 hits is pretty good. Gaining a rank on it is also pretty good. Put them recoats to use? Yeah, at some point. I'm just making the initial build right now. You know, I want to see if my combo that I tried to set up ends up being really good. And if it doesn't, well then, fuck me, right? But if it does, well then, awesome. You know, so that's my plan, at least thus far. I'm running into too many situations where one member of the party gets, like, swallowed or, like, otherwise taken out, and I can't break after that. And I literally, I just cannot be in a situation where I can't break, you know? Because that drags the fight on for way too long, and then I'm never, ever getting out of the actual fight. So, like, it becomes very difficult at that moment. But anywho, going back to what I was saying here. We've got a bunch of different ways to break. Radiant Slash is the easiest way on Verso to be able to do it. So I can literally break for 2 AP, which is, like, ideal, right? Because, like, you want to be able to save your AP for the good stuff. You don't necessarily want the break move to also be the good stuff. The reason for that is that breaking is part of the stat economy of what it is. So if it can break, it either needs to cost more AP or deal less damage. So that is, like, that is something to keep in mind. So if you can break for less AP and it does less, that's fine, because then your high damage move that does not break will deal more instead of you using your big move as your break move, like, which is kind of how they force you into doing it with Gustav, because that's, like, the only character you can break with by default, right? Deals very high single target light damage, 1 hit, can break, rank S on break. So it takes you straight up to rank S on break. Or it costs 5 if you have a B or higher in your perfection rank. I just don't think that that's really worth it. Very high single target light damage, like that, yeah, that's pretty good. But for, like, 7 AP, like, I'd rather just save for the next round and use either Steeled Strike or Endbringer. You know, so with that in mind, I think I do understand where I want to go here. Increase rank to A, yeah, no, I'm not setting my health to 1 anytime soon. Although, there is that one move. Oh, where's that move at? Cost 30% health, very high single target damage, 5 hits, uses weapons element, critical hits generate 2 additional perfection, and deals increased damage there. Where is that one move? I know which move I'm talking about, I just don't know the name of it. Gives 1 to 3 AP back, 3 hits, +1 AP. Oh god, where are you, bro? I know you're here somewhere. There it is. Berserk Slash. Damage increase for each health Verso is missing. Like, I feel like this could be so nasty, especially since I put all my points into health. Dude, what if this move is just disgusting when combined with setting your health to 1, you know? You set your health to 1, and then on the next turn, you just absolutely obliterate everything with Berserk Slash. Medium single target damage, but increased health, or increased damage for each health that he's missing. Like, that could be so good. And then I just use the rest of my points to get down to Radiant Slash, right? So I've got 27 points, so it would cost me 2, 6, 12, and then 13, 15, 17, and then 19, 23. So I have enough to actually do that. And then I can just save the rest of my points for later when I move down to pick up Endbringer, if that ends up being the way that I want to go. But, like, that requires him to be at 1 health, and that's so dangerous, you know? And I'm not sure if I want to, like, that's kind of gimmicky as well. That would require someone to be taking the damage for him, and I didn't take that tree with my L, at least not yet. Maybe that's something I'll try in the future, but as of right now, I have one thing that I want to try with my L, and I want to see if I can fuck around with that for a little bit. So, with that in mind, I'm not going to go down that tree, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to... I'm just gonna do I use this? Reduce current rank. Gives 2 to 4 AP to other allies. Like, I could really start things off pretty easily. Give a lot of AP to my characters here. But I can't reduce my rank lower than D anyway. Anyway, alright, no. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way with it. Follow up. Single target, medium single target light damage. Increase for each free aim shot this turn up to 10 times. I do use that quite frequently, but I'm not sure that I would use follow up, realistically. Blitzes deal low single target physical damage, 1 hit. Play a second time. Plays a second time, kills non-boss enemies with less than 10% health. Do you always get to play a second time? I feel like I would never use Blitz. I feel like Blitz is like the shit move of this setup. At least that's how it feels to me. Or maybe I would just remove this to generate... Although that does generate a good amount of perfection. Radiant Slash. That would be my break move. And then Light Holder. Medium, single target, light damage. 5 hits. At completion, gains 1 rank. At A or above, gains plus 2 AP. So this just becomes super cheap. And I can use it for 2 AP after that. Yeah, maybe I just go straight down. But I kind of want to use all the points, though. Dispel self-status effects. This could be good just to have on hand. But I already have that from Perfect Recovery. Dispel self-status effects. What if this can be used on other characters, too? If that's the case, this is the best heal in the entire game. It doesn't say self. So maybe I can. That would be... I'll fucking freak out if I can use this on other characters. Holy shit. That'd be so good. Anyway. Low single target damage, 1 hit. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember this trap-ass move. Speed burst. High single target light damage, 5 hits. Damage is increased by speed difference with the target. Yeah, that's not going to be a lot for me. And that's the one that reduces your health to 1. Very high single target light damage. 1 hit, it can break, but it costs too much. Paradigm Shift. Gives 1 to 3 AP back, 3 hits. Low damage. That'd be a way to generate a lot of AP quickly to maybe get to Endbringer a little bit faster. Question mark? Alright, let's go this way. I'm gonna go down this tree here. And I'm gonna grab Light Holder. Do I grab it all? I'm not sure. I can grab this, this, and this. Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Yes. Yes. Right? Yes. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight down the tree here. And then let's not grab that for now. Let's just leave the skill points that I currently have. And let's place his skills so that I know which ones I'm actually going to keep, right? So From Fire is definitely getting replaced with Perfect Recovery is already on there, so I actually don't need to replace it there. Medium single target light damage at completion gains 1 rank. That costs 4, and it's plus 2 AP on A and above. I definitely want Endbringer on. So we're going to... Wait, what did I just take off? Yeah, I took off From Fire. There we go. There we go. Okay. Didn't show it there for a second. I got Purification. Dispel self-status effects. This would be the one that I would take off, I think. And then I could put on Light Holder. Yeah, I think yes. I think yes. Because Blitz... I can instantly kill those low health targets, play a second time, deal increased damage if they're, you know, if they're low health. Wouldn't they just die, though? Why would I ever put this on? I said this the last time. Like, why would I ever use this, though? It's, like, bugging me. It's bugging me. Single target, medium, light damage. Dispel self-status effects. I just don't know if that is worth it. But then Blitz is like a fucking shart in the wind, too. What was that one move that I didn't buy that I thought I might want to buy? Would I want to use that instead? Let's see. Paradigm Shift. Yes, I would want this, because this would give me a low Cost option. Okay, so I'm gonna unlock Paradigm Shift. Yeah, unlock this shit. Beautiful. And then let's put on his skills properly now. Come here, Verso. We're going in here. We're gonna replace Blitz with Paradigm Shift. And we're gonna replace Purification with Lightholder. And Lightholder gives me the medium single target damage. 5 hits, gain a rank, you know, gain some AP back as well. So that is like a decent damage option there. We have Paradigm Shift to give me lots and lots of AP. And then we have... Where are you? Radiant Slash to break. We've got Endbringer as the big dick damage. And everything should be good. I don't know if I would want to keep Assault 0, but it does seem like it generates the Perfection faster than the other moves. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's go ahead into his Pictos. Check these out. We've got 50% increased base attack damage. I think that is kind of ass. So maybe I want to take that off, huh? Kind of no reason to use base attacks now if I can get away with not using it. Although I do have that one skill that heals me, I no longer really need that. Let's go ahead and take that off real quick. Let's take off Attack Lifesteal. Oh, I have it granted by a Picto. Got it, okay. That gives me 8% chance to crit. Base attack applies defenseless. This is all just base attack stuff, you know? And that's not necessarily what I want for this character. Apply powerful when falling below 50% health. Plus 1 AP on battle start. Well, what do I have in my Luminos that I can get rid of here? We got Rewarding Mark, we got Staggering Attack. Basically all just basic bitch shit, right? So, I don't have to think about it too much, but it is, like, good to have. I do have Rewarding Mark on. I have Staggering Attack on. I've got Burning Shots on. I've got Critical Burn on. Burning Shots is the one that gives the chance to burn on the aim shot, yes. Going all the way up here. Last Stand Critical. I have that equipped on somebody else. 50% more damage if health is below 10%. 50% less damage but can't be healed. I don't need that. Increased damage if exhausted. That is so situational, but could be really good as like a Lumina. I think that could be that, like, that's actually insane as a Lumina, you know, when you think about it. 50% increased damage while exhausted. Because, like, that's something you would want to have as a Lumina. You just put it on, and then you never think about it again, and you just have, like, big dick damage sometimes, you know? That's actually a genius idea. But, moving down the list here. Energizing attack, plus 1 AP on base attack. I don't feel like I need that. Breaking counter. Do I have breaking counter applied anywhere? 50% increased break damage on counterattack? Oh, I don't. Oh, let's go ahead and put breaking counter on. And nobody has breaking counter equipped either. That's a 10% crit chance. Maybe I want to get rid of augmented attack. I think I do. Get rid of augmented attack for that. Because I don't care about the basic attack damage. I don't want to be basic attacking, at least as much as possible. I would rather not be basic attacking, right? So, instead, we want to be doing this. Generating more AP. And increased break damage is always welcome. Plus 10% extra chance to crit is always really good. And then we have mark targets deal 30% less damage. We don't need that. We don't need 10% more damage when teammates are alive, although that is nice. No, we don't need that either. Plus 1 AP on battle start. I don't really see how that's necessary unless there's like a breakpoint that I just don't know about right now. But as of right now, I don't think it's necessary. Recover 25% health on hitting a marked enemy. See, I don't think that is worth it at all. Once per turn. Like, it doesn't deal... Maybe if I had a better one and it dealt more, like, had more stats attached to it, but it really doesn't do much, in my opinion. I think a lot more could be gained from this. Even if it was just, like... Even if I just used it as a Lumina. How much is it as a Lumina? I bet it's too much, right? It's like 20. Healing mark. Yeah, it is 20. Yep. Now you can tell I've been looking at this shit. You can tell, like, I know which one is which now. And I can always apply the 50% increased base attack damage as a Lumina if I want it that badly. Let's go back into the Pictos here. So the base attack applying defenseless, while that is good, there are better things. Plus 3 AP on breaking a target. That's not really that useful. Better as Illumina. Definitely better as Illumina. Plus 1 on battle start. Again, not really worth the time. And if I was going to do it, I would use energizing start 3 for the 320 extra health that gives instead. We got... Let's see here. 3 AP on break. SOS shell when falling below 50% health. Well, I do think that could be good. Like, it doesn't give stats, really, that are meaningful to me in any way. I can apply that as Illumina without having to worry. Healing Tint removes all status effects. You can suck my balls. Dead Energy, we already had that. And we decided to take it off because of the amount of times that we're killing things is not that high. Although, you know, just having it around is nice. So again, a good Lumina one, but not something that I would ever go out of my way for. Gain Powerful for 1 turn on base attack. I don't think we need that either. Burning Shots. Increased break damage. I have Staggering Attack on anyway. Plus 2 AP on dealing damage to a marked target once per turn. I already have this on as a Lumina. 30% increased damage to stunned targets. That could be pretty good, but like its stats are so bad that I would never want it. Healing Parry. I do want to equip this, but not as a Picto, because the stats that it comes with are not that good. Maybe I give him this for the 9% increased crit chance, because that is actually pretty solid. And then, is that better than applying defenseless for 1 turn with the basic attack? I think probably, because I'm not going to be basic attacking that much. So I think in that moment, that, like, then it becomes worthwhile. Question mark? 9% more crit chance as opposed to 4% more crit chance. I feel like that's a no-brainer. But again, I'm taking away a lot of this free heal that he was getting before. I'm not using the base attacks anymore, so this doesn't matter. So yeah, so I think I will take that, and I will take away exposing attack. And then, there we go. Now I have the extra crit chance. It's tough. It's tough. Because, like, I don't know if I'm really realistically ever going to use that, you know? Like, below 30% health, I'm going to be trying to heal. I'm going to be casting a heal immediately. I'm not going to be damaging things. So maybe that isn't a good one. Maybe that isn't a good choice. And Shella fighting alone, which he basically never will be. Plus 1 AP on the battle start. Yeah, we already talked about that. Gain Russia fighting alone. All of these are just fighting alone. Apply Powerful when falling below 50% health. No longer gain AP on parry. Plus 1 AP on getting hit. I don't want to be hit as much as possible. I would rather not be hit. It's another one of those characters where I feel like I would like this, but I'm afraid to put it on because I don't want it to ruin my combo that I have going. %25% increased counterattack damage. And a 6% crit chance. I feel like that is the one. I feel like 100% I should put that right there. Because augmented counter costs how much? Oh, it only costs 3? Oh, no. No, I should put that on as Illumina instead. Yeah, I should definitely put that on as Illumina. Put on Healing Parry as well, because I definitely want that. And then I've got, I could do Dead Energy. I could do increased free aim damage. Auto Death, I definitely don't want that. Increased break damage, yeah, I definitely want this. As I back out and go back into the Pictos again. I scroll up to the top. Augmented counter makes a better Lumina than it does a Picto. First hit dealt and taken deals 50% more damage. Like, I want to like that so badly, but it just doesn't do it for me, you know? Oh. I just had an idea. Ooh, I just had an idea. Ooh, that's 11% crit chance, though. Oh, but that's 13% crit chance. So that could actually be better. Give myself 3 more percent, or 2 more percent crit chance. It's more speed. And it would work really well with the death bomb. For 50% more damage, too. Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. And then I could just apply that as a Lumina. Where is Powerful Revive? Powerful Revive only costs 3 as a Lumina. Ah, bro, I'm definitely doing it. I'm definitely doing it. Take this. Put that on. Let's go get 3 more. Let's go get 3 more Lumina on my L from the Curator. Because this shit is crazy. Come here. There you go. There you go. Oh my god, dude. This is going to be insane. Assuming that it works. If it doesn't work, then I put it on there for no reason. Let's go here. Let's go Luminous. And then we can throw on... God damn it, what was it? Oh god, what was the thing? It was empower. It was powerful when I get revived. Powerful for 3 turns when I get revived. Empowering attack? No. Exposing attack? Why can't I see it now? Or was it not part of it? I swear it was here just a second ago. Aw, man. I'm gonna be so sad if I applied that for no reason. Plus 3 AP to all allies when revived. I'm just gonna have to go through all of it. Just gonna go through all of them. It is gain powerful for 3 turns upon getting revived. Not that. It's not this. Not that. Gain 1 AP. I think I thought it was this, maybe? Gain powerful for 1 turn on base attack? Because I don't see it at all. I saw it before. When I had auto death on. Or when I had... Where was I? First offensive. Plus 3 to all AP to allies. I gotta find it again now. It was empowering something. Empowering revive or something like that. Empowering attack. Not that one. Powerful revive. There we go. Oh, I haven't turned it into... I haven't turned it into a Lumina yet. Got it. So I have to turn it into a Lumina first. I need 2 more battles to be able to turn it into a Lumina. Let's go do those 2 battles right now. I'm not playing games. I wanna have this build complete, all this shit taken care of and thought out before I oh fuck, bro. Damn it, that means I have to change some other stuff as well. Alright, it's fine. I'll change some other stuff around and I'll put it back on.
A storm is coming.
How did I end up in a battle immediately? Oh, because I ended the battle right here. Got it, okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's rebirth on my L.
Brilliant light.
Let's spill some ink.
And she started with 9 AP. Holy shit. That means I can do this immediately. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Okay. So, do I just go to camp over and over again? Because I just need to do 1 more fight, and it'll just immediately put me into a fight right there. This is actually the best idea ever, dude. Why didn't I think of this sooner? And then you just go to sleep again, right? And it will take you back, and you will start a fight immediately upon landing. Right? That's how this works? Come on. Yep.
A storm is coming.
Yep. It worked. Awesome.
A brilliant light.
Finesse and grace.
Awesome. And that should give me... That should give me my Lumina, right? Polished Chroma Catalyst. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I had to learn the Lumina. I hadn't learned that shit yet. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. That means that I can take that one off of Lune, put back on the other one that I had on. But now I don't remember what the other one was. And theoretically, I should be able to apply that. Let's see. Let's see right now. Let's go to my L. Let's go to her Pictos. Go to Pictos. Take Powerful Revive. Turn it into first offensive. Bang, right? And then I should be able to go into Lumina's, find Powerful Revive, and apply that, and and Bob's your uncle, it should work, right? There, 10. It costs 10 Lumina points to be able to go first without having the Picto equipped. Oh. So, do I want to take this off? Because I feel like the thing that I had on before was pretty good. I'm not sure. But I just... Dog is barking up a storm. But I just equipped this on somebody, didn't I? No, I already have that. I already have that on someone. Oh, Star just came home. Hang on, chat. Star says hello to everyone, by the way. Okay, so for 10 more Lumina, I can get this and take it, actually, like, take it off and not actually have to use it. But is there one that costs so much that I would realistically want to put on? Like, attack lifesteal is pretty costly, but I don't really use basic attacks, so I don't really have to worry about that. Where's the one that costs 20? Healing Mark. I mean, I feel like that could be alright. How much... What does Healing Mark give as a Picto, though? That's the real question. Healing Mark gives 65 defense. Suck my balls. That is terrible. That's actually awful. Maybe I don't want to trade 10 Lumina for this anyway. You know, that is quite a lot. just looking at the other things that I had, I want to say I had augmented counter on, but I applied that as Illumina for 3. I think it only cost 3, so didn't end up needing it there. But there are other options, but do I care about any of them? Is kind of the hard part. Breaking shots gives me slightly more speed, same crit chance. And then I could just apply that as Illumina, and then, you know, have that 50% increased. Oh, I already have breaking shots active, though, as Illumina itself, so I don't actually need that. And it only costs 1, so why wouldn't I? You got energizing pain. No longer gain AP. I'm never equipping no longer gain AP ones. That's stupid. Why would I ever do that? Oh, that's right. SOS power was the one that I had on. With 43 speed, slightly more speed, same amount of crit chance, and it applies powerful when I fall below 50% health. That is really situational, though. Really quite situational. So that makes me wonder, like, do I even care about that? You know, because it's only for 1 turn as well. It's not like it's for many turns. Where are you? Yeah, I don't need any of the ones that give me stuff when I'm fighting alone. Critical moment is already equipped on somebody else. I already have that equipped. 30% increased damage on stunned targets is not going to be useful to me at all. Base attack applies defenseless for 1 turn. I don't think... At a 4% crit chance, I think that's pretty ass. Anyway, chat, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep on working on these, and I'm going to go ahead and call it a night now, because it is like 11 o'clock, and we've been live for a long time. So I'm just going to roll that, and we're just going to say, I'm going to finish this, I'm going to finish up some builds, and get myself to a more situated spot, you know? To a spot where I feel like things are put together the way I want, and, you know, since this is the first time that I'm putting a build together after 40 hours, and there are 4 characters to do it, and many, many, many combos that I have to look at, it is going to take a while. I've literally been doing this for like 3 hours, so, I don't expect it to end anytime soon. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. And then on Monday, we will have it all situated, and I'll be able to show you guys what I put together. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And again, no stream tomorrow, no stream on Sunday, but we will be back on Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for the final 2 weeks of gaming before Elden Ring Night Rain comes out. Want to try and get through Expedition 33 as quickly as I can, so that I can really dive into Night Rain when it does release. So, Henny, I love you, buddy. I hope you have a great rest of your night. You take it easy too, and I will see everybody Monday morning. Yeah, I think that about covers it. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but if it was that important, this morning I didn't stream because we had a bad lightning storm here. Some big heavy thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, some shit like that. So that's the reason why you didn't see me this morning. I planned to, but then I saw the weather, and I was like, let me not fry my machine with, you know, trying to stream during the lightning storm. So that's why I was live tonight instead. And yeah, anyway, I'm Moonchild of Dude No Way. I'll see you in the next stream. Take care.